If you're somebody who wants to start making money online with copywriting, the biggest thing getting in your way is yourself. But I totally understand. There are thousands of videos out there trying to show you these little tips, tricks, and tactics and outreach methods on how you're actually going to go about starting to make money with copywriting and get your first client. But let me actually give you a harsh truth, is that having 5 maps that show you 5 different ways to get to your goal is not going to help you get there faster. In fact, it's only going to leave you more confused. So in this video, not only am I going to give you the one map, the one roadmap that you need in order to get your first copywriting client in the next 5 days, but I'm actually going to be giving you all of the tools that you can use in your journey to get there in the most efficient way possible without wasting even a second of time. So now is the time to get off the sidelines and into the game, because in the New Year, New Client Challenge that I'm about to show you, you're not only going to get everything you need to get your first client, but I guarantee if you follow every single thing that I say to the letter, your life will never be the same. So with all that being said, let's hop right into it.
The New Year, New Clients Challenge, day 1, identifying elite clients. January 22nd, that's where we are right now. So we're gonna be talking to you about how to find and qualify top tier copywriting clients who can pay you $2,000 to $5,000 per month with ease. It doesn't really have to be extremely difficult. It doesn't have to be a grind. I got a message from one of my students yesterday, right? He was talking about, bro, I went like 4 or 5 months with 0 clients, 0 anything, and got 2 sales calls in one day. It literally does just come down to you finally cracking the code, figuring out how to do it. So let's see. Day 2 is going to be about building a winning outreach system. We're going to be talking about what top 1% earning copywriters are doing differently in 2025 to close clients with cold outreach. Keyword differently. I'll hit you guys somewhere else. I haven't come out with a proper, real, in-depth outreach course for free since the 2-hour outreach course, which was literally over a year ago. Over 365 days ago. The amount that outreach has changed in the last year or so, dude, you have to stay extremely up to date. And honestly, I was gatekeeping a lot of this stuff for like just the people who are closest to me, just like the real in-depth, newer tactics. Not to mention, we had our free 4-hour copywriting course reach #1 most viewed copywriting video on YouTube. So to give back to you guys, bro, I got to give it all away. I got to give it all away for free. This is what's gonna happen right here, right now. Day 3, we're gonna talk about the secrets to getting the sale as a copywriter. If you're hopping on sales calls, but you're not closing those sales calls, dude, you're literally fumbling at the 1-yard line. Why most sales info online is actually terrible for copywriters. And I've messed up so many sales calls because I was listening to generalized sales call advice, which is the opposite of what you actually want to do in a copywriting sales call. How to actually close high-paying clients on the call and collect payment on the call. You get on the call, by the time you get off the call, your bank account is fatter. Who wants that? Would you be offended if you hopped on the call and you hopped off the call with more money? Day 4, your first client action plan. So what to actually do when you get the client, when you get your first client, and how to deliver results and how to scale to 10K per month. In here, I'm gonna be showing you guys the sauce. There are things that I have in here that most people simply don't do. They're not taking as much advantage of their situations as they can. Once you get that first client, I'm going to show you how to absolutely ensure that the second, the third, the fourth clients come so easy. You wonder why it took you so long to get that first. Bonus, day 5, bonus. As if that wasn't even enough. As if that wasn't even enough. 2025, we're coming correct. How to close 9-figure, that means $100 million. Costing $100 million copywriting clients.
Yep.
If my math is correct, this can work even if you have no experience, even if you are brand new to copywriting, even if you have no marketing background, even if you are in a 9-to-5 right now, you only have 2 hours, 3 hours per day, that's more than enough. Even if you're in school. And by the way, back to the 9-to-5 thing, you guys should know by now, I had 3 jobs at once. 3 jobs, carpenter, army, and security guard. I didn't make notes. You think I had time? You think I had time? You've seen the pictures, you've seen the photos, even if you already have clients and need more, and no matter where you live. For some reason, whenever someone asks, bro, can I make money from USA, Pennsylvania, this street? They like give me their exact address and they're like, can I make money from here? I'm like, bro, do you have a laptop? Do you have Wi-Fi? All right, then shut up. You're just looking for excuses to get out of the work you know you should be doing. You guys must have seen some of these interviews. Right? Some of these interviews from my past students, multiple freaking 16-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds making six figures, 13K per month, 10K per month, 12K per month, 18,000 per month, and more. More W's. You know the Tyson 4D way. You know the Tyson 4D way. 3,000 over here, 8,000 over there, 1,500 down there, 5,500 that month from the guy on the left. And this is from last year's challenge. Over here on the left, and guys, this was from last year's challenge, just like this. They went through the same things that you guys went, except this one's even better. So $1,000. The guy on the top, guy on the bottom, left, right here, $1,000 client. Guy right here, $1,000 client. Guy up here, $1,000 client. Guy over here, $1,350. And then 1 month later, he was making $6,000 a month after the challenge. I'm not done. This was from one of my students. And he started copywriting, started day one in the challenge. Meaning, if you've never touched copywriting before today, then you're ahead of this guy. He said, yeah, man. So I started the 15-day first client challenge, and it really pushed me to do better because people were closing clients left and right, even if they had little to no experience. It made me see that one, copywriting is actually possible. And two, it kept me accountable because everyone else was pushing to win the challenge and close clients. People pay thousands of dollars to have a coach hold them accountable, and you're essentially getting that for free. So I couldn't let this opportunity slip. I started off with zero experience, zero clients, zero knowledge on what to do next. To now having worked with 11 plus clients, crossed the 5K per month mark with copywriting, got one of my clients 340,000 plus views on YouTube with my scripts, and it's only going up from here. He'll be making 10K per month shortly. And he started exactly where you guys are right now, sitting there, looking at the screen, watching me do my thing and give out some value. So in case you needed any more motivation to lock the fuck in right now, here's what I'll need from you. I'm giving you all this. The least you can do back is these three things. One, implementation, the process of putting a decision or plan into effect. AKA execution, AKA do this stuff, bro. If you're a watcher, a lurker, shame on you, dude. We're just wasting a huge opportunity. Next is consistency. If you don't have a pen and paper out right now, I'm sorry, but I can't be convinced that you actually showed up to learn. I can't be convinced that you actually showed up wanting to get clients. Because why couldn't you be the next guy who closes a $1,000 client and then is my next success story? Why can't you, the person who's watching this right now, and me, be chopping it up on YouTube one day talking about how you got to 10K per month and started in the challenge? Attention. Those who pay attention. Most people would package all 5 these days and challenge for $1,000 course, $500 course, $99 course. I'm gonna give it all away for free because the problem with giving things away for free is that people usually take it for granted. So don't. Realize what you have here. I just showed you the real world results. All the ones that could even fit on the screen. We could be here all day, honestly. Just looking at results. Money with copywriting, money with copywriting, money with copywriting. If by now you don't understand, I don't know what to tell you, my man. Day one, identifying elite clients. Here's what you're gonna learn. Number one, why most copywriters stay stuck because they outreach to the wrong people, and why bad prospects will stop you from ever making any money, let alone lots of money. What niches are viable and winning in 2025, and which ones to avoid at all costs. Guys, the market changes. If you thought the market was the same right now as it was in 2024, as it was in 2023, we live in a crazy time. Do you guys remember times before TikTok? Times before short form? Then a couple years later, everything is short form. YouTube has short form, Instagram has short form, TikTok has short form. The marketing game, the online game, the internet game, it changes so rapidly before your very eyes. Next is creating a qualification criteria for premium clients, so you know exactly who's actually worth reaching out to and who's not. And where to find the best copywriting clients. Is it on Instagram? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Upwork? Is it somewhere else? I've gathered the data and I have the answers, and I've brought them to you here. I'm also going to show you live examples of finding high-paying clients. So all you got to do is follow along with what you see on screen. Case studies and successful students, free prospect trackers. Not only am I going to give you the training, I'm also going to give you the tools that you can use along the journey, action steps. So who am I? And who cares? How should I know? I went from carpenter / security guard / guy in the army, as you can see right there on the top on the right. That's my first day in the army, to 10K per month copywriter in 9 months. I hit 10K per month with my copywriting agency, built my business to over 100K per month with copywriting. And I've also helped thousands of copywriters get clients. I also have the highest viewed copywriting video on the planet, 2 million views and counting, and the #1 copywriting channel on YouTube by far. This was me. So if you think for some reason, because you don't have the background, oh, well, but I didn't go to school for this, bro, as you can see, what part of what you see on screen right now makes you think that I was at all educated, at all intellectually smart at all? I wasn't. I was literally just working as a security guard, staying up late nights. That was my job. Staying up late nights. And if anything happened, call the real security guards. Call somebody else. If anything happens or goes wrong, just call somebody. That was my job. Next, we had carpenter. My job was to measure things, cut some wood, nail it up. Next, army. As you can see, I'm right there doing training. I'm in a trench doing all these jobs. Not to mention, I was literally $4,000 in debt. I took a screenshot of my bank account because I was like, bro, this is the most down bad my bank account will ever look. $250 in my account, $4,000 in debt. On the left there, you can see it says Visa. So $4,000 is what I owed. As I mentioned, I was just degenerate, dude. I was just partying, drinking Captain Morgan. That's it. All the way until now, where, like I said, I have the #1 copywriting channel on YouTube. Nobody else is even close. The closest other person is literally not even halfway as many views as I had in the last 12 months. And I was able to build my dream business. No loans, mortgages, no debts, no in-house employees, no office. I get to work from home, consistent cash flow, high profit margins. I'm fully mobile. But why even start copywriting? Why did I start copywriting? Why should you go all in on copywriting? Look, making money in 2025, everyone's going to tell you about dropshipping, crypto, SMMA, YouTube automation, growth operating, personal brand, etc. They all have problems like low margins, highly saturated. Like, dude, I can't even tell you how many people I'm seeing. Like, oh, bro, dropshipping, need money to make money, need to have a lot of experience. Most require great copywriting anyways. Most of these online businesses that everyone's telling you to do already require great copywriting. Dropshipping, you need good copywriting to sell your products with ads, videos, images, and sales pages. SMMA, you need good copywriting to write ads, offers, and funnels. YouTube, you need good copywriting for titles, video scripts, ideas, thumbnails, content. Copywriting's been around since Babylonian times, since the 1400s. Copywriting is never going away. And now I've been able to build myself a life that looks like this. I'm able to go places, I'm able to drive nice cars. But you know what? That's just whatever. That's the whatever part. We don't really do it for the nice cars, do we? Rich to me, here's what rich to me means. Rich to me means I don't have to drive to work at 8 a.m. in the morning. I don't have to get caught in rush hour traffic, literally just sitting there staring at somebody's bumper. Rich to me means I get to wake up. I get to walk from my room to my office and get to work. Sometimes I don't even want to work first thing in the morning. Sometimes I like to go to the gym. I like to come back, grab my laptop, go to a coffee shop, grab coffee, grab a croissant, sit down and do my work. Sometimes I like to travel. This is actually me in Texas. You want to know when I went to Texas? I thought maybe I want to live there someday. Texas is the biggest state in the United States. Let me go visit. So I got on the plane and I went there. Rich to me means I'm able to go to cool business events and meet cool people, like when I went to the Patrick Bet-David event in West Palm Beach, Florida. This was me at the networking event. As you can see, there's like 1 billion people in there. I met a whole bunch of cool people. Cool to me is when I wake up and I want to go out on my four-wheeler and I just want to drive. Rich to me means I get to focus on my health. I get to be in the gym. And this is me over here on the right in Miami Brickell. Miami Brickell, literally the entrepreneur state capital of the world, besides Dubai maybe. But I never even left Canada till I was 24-year-old man. I never even left my home country till I was a 24-year-old man. In short, a 9-to-5 is not the safe option. It's the risky one. I risked my life plenty of times as a carpenter. While you're dependent on a single employer with your 9-to-5, freelance copywriter clients have 3 to 5 clients. If one drops, they've got more waiting. Real security is in diversity of income. That's something else that copywriting gets you that most people don't even talk about. So would you rather? You have 2 options right here. Let me show you. Number 1, would you rather go the traditional route and become a doctor, make doctor's money? I asked ChatGPT, how long would it take me to make $100K per year as a doctor? Well, 4 years bachelor's degree, 4 years medical school, 3 to 7 years of residency. As a bachelor, you're paying tuition on top of that. Medical school, $200,000 to $400,000. Residency, you only make $50,000 to $70,000 per year. In short, it's going to take you 11 years to reach 10K per month, and you're still paying off debts, by the way. Or for surgical specialties, 13 to 15 years. Then you're making 10K per month, and then you still, again, have to pay off your debts. So you're making money like a doctor, but you're living like someone who works at McDonald's until you can pay off your debts. Or start freelance copywriting for free, start earning money in as little as a month or even less. Like I just showed you, those guys earn money in their first 2 weeks and eventually make doctor, lawyer money in the first couple years, or even in the first year, or even the first few months. I did it in less than a year. But some people will still quit 3 months in and say it's hard. Some people go, shoot, bro. You mean like it's it's been 2 weeks and I don't have a client yet. Here's why most copywriters stay stuck. And this is literally going to shave months off of your journey to getting your first client and to getting 10K per month. Most copywriters try to sell spray bottles to cats. They pitch to clients who can't afford them, don't see the value in copywriting, don't need what they're offering. Even if you close one of these nightmare clients that don't have any of the things I just talked about and make a couple $100, you're just going to waste your time with a low quality client. They're going to ask for 10 billion things, then they're not going to be happy with your work. This is what you're going to look like after actually working with these nightmare clients. Instead, you should sell catnip to cats. Clients who have a clear problem, understand the importance of copywriting, have the budget to pay you. In short, you could have everything else right now, but if you get this wrong, you will never make a penny with copywriting. In short, you could have everything else right with outreach, with copywriting, but if you get this wrong, if you're not able to actually pick and find out who are the best people to outreach to, you'll never make a penny with copywriting. Imagine this, you're outreaching to randoms, to just anybody who will see your messages. Imagine that. And only 1 out of 10 people you outreach to are actually qualified. Do you know where that's going to lead you? That is literally going to lead you to where only 1 out of your 10 outreaches is even effective. So you're doing 10% of something that can actually get you clients and 90% of crap. That's what most people do. What if I don't have experience? These big guys, they won't hire me. Here's why that limiting belief is complete BS. My first big client was a multi-7-figure business-to-business coach, one of the most competitive industries with over 200,000 Instagram followers. He still paid me $3K per month, even though I basically had no experience. I had never worked with no other Fortune 500 company. People think that in order to make a whole bunch of money with copywriting or have anybody hire you, that you have to have all these big accolades. Want to know why some business owners actually prefer beginners? That's right, I said it. Prefer beginners. Experienced usually equals set in their ways. Beginners are more moldable. Young and hungry beats old and stubborn. Being teachable is your superpower. And Costin can probably agree with me. We actually hire people all the time. The people who are like, oh yeah, bro, I've been doing this for years. I'm making this much money, blah, blah, blah. They're the worst ones to work for, bro. Because you want to know why? They don't want to do any work. Most rookies try to fake experience. Smart rookies lean into being new. This is the best advice on outreach you'll probably ever get. Because people are asked, well, if I have no experience, how do I get people to want to work with me? Oh, bro, just lie about your experience or just say you have some experience or tell them you have no experience. No, don't do any of those things. I may not have 10 years of experience, but I'll work twice as hard as someone who does. Hunger beats history and attitude beats accolades. They want to work with somebody who is young and hungry. And it's not just me. These are all other guys that I work with one-to-one basis who, in the same position, didn't have any clients, don't have much accolades. This guy on the left, he got paid by a client. He's going to be doing month 1, 2,000, month 2, 2,500, month 3, it will be 3 to 4K. And he actually just quit his job. He put his 3 weeks in 1 week ago. He only has 2 weeks left of his 9 to 5. That's it. Then he quits. Over here on the right, guy closed 3K in the month, did $12,000 so far with copywriting. And another guy told me he just had 2 clients. That was just recently. And then these other guys, 3.4K, 1K, 1K, more guys who got clients with no experience. Do you think these guys start with experience? Like it's literally impossible. So how do you actually find these right clients? The guys that can pay you, the guys that actually use copywriting? Well, let me show you. I got you. Here are some bad examples. This guy. People will outreach to nothing but crappy pages like this. And then they'll say, bro, I'm not getting any replies. Bro, this guy doesn't want my copywriting. Bro, I don't think copywriting works. Bro, you're just doing it wrong. If you actually do it right, if you actually follow the things that I say, you'd be surprised at what kind of results you can get. Low followers, terrible engagement. As you can see from this picture right here in the middle, he only has 40 likes and 0 comments. This tells me that he probably bought 10,000 followers or so, and he's a solopreneur. I don't see this guy actually having a whole business. He's probably just some dude who uploads on Instagram. Dudes will be outreaching to guys like this all damn day and wonder why they ain't getting no clients. Dog, is because he don't need you. Some more bad examples. Low followers, bad engagement, no email list or funnel, and a solopreneur. So this guy might have applied for one-on-one coaching, join our free Facebook community, his TikTok or whatever right here on the right, as you can see. But he doesn't really have a funnel. He only has 5,000 followers. This is a guy that straight up don't need you. Another bad example. This guy's just starting out his business. Imagine if someone reached out to you, watching this right now, you on Instagram, they said, hey man, I want to be your copywriter. Will you pay me 3K per month? You're like, bro, I ain't even making no money myself. That's what you are doing when you're outreaching to nobodies. It's just the truth. Here's some good examples. High follower count, great engagement, consistent content, has a clear funnel, and he's already using copywriting. Probably has a team and is already making tons of money, probably. Let's go over here. He's already using copywriting on his sales page. This is extremely important. And another thing, guys, if you go to some guy's sales page, right, and this is going off topic a little bit, but still, if you go to some guy's sales page and he has like crappy copy, he has like the worst stuff you've ever seen, you open his emails maybe, and it's just the worst copy ever, beginner copywriters think, oh man, this guy really needs me. I should outreach to this guy and I'll fix his whole funnel. The reason he has shit copy everywhere is because he doesn't understand the value of copy. So if you pitch to him and he says no, don't sit around and try to think, why did he not want to work with me? Dude, he just doesn't see the value in copywriting. That's his loss. Go to the next person. Go to people who actually run a business, a real business, who actually have copywriters, who actually use copywriting to sell. Another good example. So he has low IG followers, only 12,000, but has a very large YouTube following. So this is also important. So if someone has a ton of followers on one platform, but not many on the other, it's always worth checking them out. If he has how much does he have you on YouTube? I can't see, but if he has like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but just a small Instagram, dude, he's more than worth outreaching to. Another good example. Large following, sells a proven product, most likely has a team and is again, real business owner. These are the type of guys we want to outreach to. Now, I have more lessons I have to go. To find good prospects, I always create a qualification criteria. Qualification criteria. I'll show it to you. Why? It saves time. You focus only on prospects who are the right fit instead of wasting time chasing unqualified leads. That's just it, unqualified leads. Most people don't understand that as a copywriter, you are a one-person business. Picture you have a landscaping company and you go door to door asking people, hey, do you want me to mow your lawn? But what you're doing is you go inside of an apartment complex, you go door to door and ask people if you want to mow the lawn. Or they live in an apartment. They don't even have a front lawn. This is what most people are doing. This is legitimately what most people are doing. And then copywriting doesn't work. Like, bro, avoid nightmare clients. Filter out low value, bottom of the barrel clients who won't respect your time or expertise or money. Allows you to find high quality prospects who are more likely to pay and will value your skills. Like, I get it, right? People are like, oh, well, I'm just starting out, so I need to work with some dog dookie client who only has $5 to his name. Do you though? Like, do you really though? Because here's the thing. The more time you spend with a nightmare client, it's time that you're taking away from yourself, looking for your actual dream client that can be your big breakthrough. It also builds confidence, ensures you're pitching to the right people, increasing your chances of actually landing the client. When you get rejected by people who don't even need you because they're the wrong people, what do you think it's going to do to your confidence? AKA, you're going to be chilling on the money. All right, so qualification criteria. Must have a team. So you can guess this by looking at their business. If they have a team, then they understand the importance of hiring people. What do I mean by that? If some guy is just a solopreneur, he's a one-person business, he uploads the content, he edits his own videos, he takes his own videos, he's doing his own thing, he does everything, he's not going to want to hire you and he's especially not going to hire you for $2,000, $3,000 per month. You want dudes with built out marketing departments, sales departments, client success departments, real businesses, not just some dude who like hires a bunch of monkeys or helpers. That is not who you want to work for. Sells a proven product / service. If you're with a guy, right, or you are outreaching to a guy and he's like, yeah, I'm launching a school community next month. I'm just getting it off the ground. Nah, bro, forget it. Forget it, bounce. And a lot of people think that, oh, if I write really great copy, it will make him money. That's not how it works either. Copywriting is a multiplier. You can't take a crappy offer. Like if they say, yeah, man, I'll give you 12 months of coaching for $40,000 and it's just vague, it's a crappy offer, nobody's going to buy it just because your copywriting is good. Has a funnel and or email list that's making them money. A funnel means they go to a landing page, right? They say, hey, maybe I have this free resource. You click it, give them your email. Now you're on the email list. Maybe they have some $5 product. If they have like a $1 to $7 product, that's the top of their funnel. Because you buy the $7 product, then I ask you, by the way, do you want this $50 product? By the way, do you want this $500 product? Over 20,000 IG followers. Alternatively, over 20K YouTube followers, or also is running ads. If they're running ads, that's also another good sign because they usually have a marketing department and are already spending money on marketing. Keep in mind, not everyone makes money from their IG. And also people's Instagram followers can be faked. So beware. And they have high profit margins. If you've already landed some clients or have more experience, then you're going to want to increase your qualification criteria. So for example, that copywriter I was talking about that I'm working with one-to-one, who's already at 5K plus per month, I'm telling him to only outreach to dudes who are like big following, big businesses, 200,000 followers on Instagram minimum rather than 20K. But since you guys are just beginning, 20K is fine. So now I got to go through some of the worst niches. First is e-commerce, socks, sandals, shirts, pens, books, just stuff. Big corporations. I'm going to outreach to McDonald's. I'm going to outreach to Walmart. I'm going to outreach to BMW. Social media influencers or solopreneurs. Don't be outreaching to no Bella Porch. Don't be outreaching to no Charlie D'Amelio. Don't be outreaching to no I Show Speed. Don't be reacting to no Aiden Ross, right? These people who are just like internet celebrities, they don't need copywriters, dude. New business owners, like I said, just started my business a month ago. And super niche down industries. For some reason, people think, oh, if I go super niche, bro, I'm telling you, whoever told you this is full of crap. Whoever told you this and is pushing this narrative is full of garbage for copywriting. Bro, if I outreach to only calisthenic fitness trainers who've trained people over 40 that are fathers, I'm good. Then I'm good. Bro, you have like 3 people in that niche. That is going to destroy your progress. But bro, what's the best niche? Please tell me. Bruh. Fine, I'll give you the best niche. The best niche is anyone that meets the qualification criteria. That's it. No one of them is better than no other of them, as long as it meets the criteria that I just outlined. Here are some proven niches. So proven niches means niches that people are already making money in. If you think, oh, bro, I'm just going to go to a blue ocean, that's my answer. Wrong. I'll tell you how to get copywriting clients, even though there are other people outreaching to the same people you're outreaching to. Yep. Info products like relationships, fitness, business opportunity, self-improvement, marketing agencies, real estate, business coaches, and consultants. Now, I've heard this so many times before, but Tyson, I don't know much about business. I don't know much about real estate. I don't know much about marketing agencies. I don't know much about self-improvement. I don't know much about fitness, et cetera, et cetera. Look, come closer, come closer, come here. Yep. Closer to your screen. Come on. No. You might not know about these things, but that does not matter. That just does not matter. You learn about them as you go. Yup. You pick a proven niche that's already proven. I really like motorcycles. Can I write copy about that? No. Do you want to know why? When's the last time you bought a motorcycle because you read an email? When's the last time you bought a car? Because you don't. And if there are e-commerce emails that are for like this is a journal. I signed up to their email list to get 10% off, and their emails would literally just be like, get the Mind Journal 10% off. That's it. There's no actual copywriting in e-commerce emails. So they don't really need you that much. But Tyson, what if I like art or cars or watches? What niche should I pick? No. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I'm going to outreach to Rolex, dude. And I'm using real life examples. Like you might think that I'm joking, bro. I'm using real life examples. People waste their time. Your dream niche versus proven niche. Like choosing between a beautiful car that doesn't run and an ugly one that prints money. Stop picking pretty, start picking profitably. One of, if not the most common and brutal mistake that beginner copywriters make is this: finding a business and thinking you can offer them email marketing, copywriting, when they don't currently use it. You're wasting your and their time. We want to insert ourselves into businesses already crushing it with copywriting. Oh, well, bro, I know this coffee shop down the street, and if I started an email list with them, then I could be able to. No, starting an email list from scratch that's not even making any money is like starting a brand new business. It's so much effort from jump. You're going to be there creating their email service provider and creating the email account. You're going to be on there creating a lead magnet, creating an opt-in page, creating an email automation, creating email sequences, creating daily emails when you could have just got a goddamn client who already had all that crap. And you could just take whatever they're already doing and make it better. But Tyson, where do I find these qualified prospects? Oh shit, you weren't supposed to do that. The answer, OnlyFans. JK. Where do you find actual qualified prospects? Out of all the places to find clients, IG, Facebook, email, Upwork, we found that every platform works equally as well to get clients. Of the copywriting students we collected data from our 40 CI, there was an equal split where they all ended clients. So in November, they closed 37 clients. In the month before, they closed 17 clients. They probably closed even more clients in December, but they closed dozens of clients every single month. And they are a complete split from all of these. In short, they all work. The best platforms in 2025, Instagram, YouTube, plus email scraping. I'll show you how to do that too. Facebook groups. But Tyson, won't we all be outreaching to the same people? Everyone's fishing in the same ocean, yet millions still catch fish. It's not about finding hidden spots. It's about using better bait. 90% of people do cold outreach the wrong way. I'll tell you this. You guys know I'm a business owner, right? I don't know if you guys know that yet. I get DMs sometimes. People saying, hey man, I want to work with you. And let me tell you, every single one of them is garbage. I had somebody ask me the other day, Tyson, when someone sends you free value in the DMs and I go, slow down, slow down. I legitimately don't think I've ever received any half decent and personalized free value to my Instagram ever. You know what video I did get? Some guy sent me his pre-recorded Loom video, pre-recorded video of, hey, my name is whatever it is, and to whom this may concern, I work with these types of bro, you can't even make it. Everyone's garbage. Even if the people inside here are outreaching to the same people, it's literally just a game of quality. May the best man win. You guys ever heard that expression? It's the same with copywriting. If you have the best outreach and you're in the right place at the right time, it's going to close. It comes down to the 4 Ps. I was actually thinking of this. I'm glad I put it in here. The right place. So which platform do you use to outreach? Sometimes they're going to check their email, but they're not going to check their Instagram. Sometimes they're going to check their Instagram, but they're not going to check their email. So you got to be in the right place. Next is the right period in time. They may need you later. They may not need you right now. I have so many examples of this. I outreach to somebody. They said no. I come back 6 months later. They say yes. And the right pitch, the right angle with your outreach. Sometimes you're going to send them some emails, say like, hey man, I wrote these emails. We don't use emails. Okay, cool. 3 months later, hey man, I wrote you this sales page. Oh, we really need the opt-in page right now. Can you make that for us? Yeah, sure. Deal. Close. Right person. What's your profile look like? Are you the right person for the job? What kind of vibe are they getting from you? When you outreach to them and they look at your portfolio, your profile, what do they see? Are you actually prepped? Are you actually a good copywriter? Are you actually good? Hey man, I'm kind of interested. I do need a copywriter right now. Let me see some of your copy. You send it over. It's complete dookie balls. Yeah, we got works to do, my man. With all of these variables in place, there's more than enough people who can win. Do not overthink it. The hardest workers will win. The people who just came to show up and are lazy, there's nothing we can do for them. I wish there was, but there ain't. Now, let's start with finding clients on Instagram. Here's the actual tactics. Here's the actual strategy. So you're going to want to follow along. Lock in. Finding prospects on Instagram. 1, find a super large prospect / business in your niche. That's step number 1. So use search keywords, search YouTube, then find their Instagram, or you can go through their follower list, right? So those are 3 different ways that you can actually find more prospects from one. So you need one starter prospect. So this guy, for example, click the suggested button. That's this button right here. See his name, following, message. Another tip, you're probably going to want to do this on desktop. Most people do this on their phone. I'm going to tell you why desktop is better. Here's the thing. When you're on Instagram on your browser, you're able to open up multiple tabs. This way you're able to only look for prospects. Then you can go through and qualify. Yep, that guy checks out. No, that guy doesn't check out. So you X that tab out. This is way more efficient than doing it on your phone. Find endless prospects under the suggested accounts and add them to your list. And once you run out of everybody on that suggested list, you simply click on one of their profiles and click suggested again. You cannot run out of business owners. Just scrape and find the people who qualify. It's going to look something like this. A whole bunch more people. Now, let's see YouTube. So finding prospects on YouTube, simple. Search related video topics to whatever niche you want to pick. I gave you all the proven niches. Go to one of those. Do this for 5 to 10 different searches and open all the channels to qualify them. How to be more productive. So you see, we have a bunch of channels. On the top is this one. Then you want to find a channel and scrape their email. This is really easy to do. Download, one of these 3, Snove.io, Hunter.io, and Apollo.io. I personally used Apollo. This is a software or a Chrome extension you can download. And essentially what it will do is all you have to do is find their LinkedIn. Apollo.io will automatically give you their email. This is insane. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And the YouTube About section. If you go to YouTube, you go to About, you can actually see their email address right there. So you just email them. The only downside is you can only unlock like 5 emails per day, but that's lots. For example, go to the prospects links, find a website, and put that website into an email scraper like this one. It says danmartell.com. That's all I had to do. And then down here, you can see it actually popped up with his exact emails. Or like I said, you can go to his YouTube channel right here and click to view his email address. Their email addresses are literally on YouTube. You can just go find them and then email them and outreach to them. And don't forget, we're doing outreach on the next day, which is in 3 days. But we're going to want to take it one at a time for now. Right now, I want you guys to collect your prospect list. Don't even worry about outreach. You can try some if you'd like, but one thing at a time. The reason why most people don't take any action is because they get overwhelmed. That's not what we want to do here. Use your prospecting tools to find 5 to 10 new qualified prospects every single day. More if you're a beast. If you're a beast, come out here, do 20, do 30. Beast mode. Add their names and links into a sheet that I'm going to give you, keep track of. And also build your way to a Dream 100 list. It could be 100, it could be 200, it could be 300, but just start with a 100 funnel. The top 100 businesses that you'd love to work for that are prospecting. Now, again, you don't want people who are too big. So if you really like Tony Robbins, he's like really cool, I'm going to say skip for now. You're just a noob. So here's a free tracker. So right here are free trackers. At the bottom, you can see multiple businesses that you can outreach to, and not only outreach to, but find more people. So you can see marketing coaches, mindset, real estate, relationship, sales, finance, career, business opportunity. I mean, it's everywhere. So you can go through and you can put your prospect's name right here. Tyson. Actually, you have to go to file and make a copy. So you go up here to file, go to make a copy, but then you can start messing around with it. Now, if I want to go over to this person, for example, this is their Instagram. So I can click on that little button like I showed you, really simple, and find other people. Let's look at this guy. Now his followers are too small. Don't want him. But you get the point. I can go look for more people. So we covered why most copywriters stay stuck because they outreach to the wrong people, what niches are viable and winning in 2025, creating a qualification criteria for premium clients, where to find the best copywriting clients, and how to track them. So your action steps for today is pick a niche. This should take you literally 2 seconds. It's not that hard. I gave you like 5 or 6 proven ones, but you're going to want to look for all the people who are proven in that niche. Next is to start prospecting. And also don't be afraid if you're outreaching to people who are not in a niche that you know about. I started actually becoming successful with business to business coaches, business coaches and consultants. And I knew nothing about it, but I learned as I went. And because nobody knows anything about it, all you have to do is learn a little bit. And you can stomp everybody else. It really is just a game of skill and learning. It's 1 versus 1. It's you versus you. Don't get caught up in any of the noise. Then I want you guys to start prospecting. Get familiar with the prospecting methods and spend an hour learning it. It's going to feel clunky at first. You're going to not really feel like you know what you're doing, but just go through it anyways. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. So just go. Take messy but massive action. Rip it off like a Band-Aid and gather your first 30 at least qualified prospects, because we're going to be getting into day 2, building a winning outreach system. Really quick, I want to share a win that just happened like 2 seconds ago. One of our students just got 2.5K for 30 emails per month. So that's basically daily emails, $2,500. To do an email might be an hour a day at maximum if you're really trying to make it good. That's 30 hours per month, 2.5K. I take that. Day 2, building a winning outreach system. Here's what top 1% earning copywriters are doing differently in 2025 to close clients with cold outreach. Keyword, differently. There's lots of people trying copywriting, trying to get clients, but they're just not doing the right things. This is one of my students that said 3K USD per month starting in January 2025. 3K per month clients just falling out of the sky at this point. You'll not only get results, but start getting results quickly. Now, I want to share with you just a couple of screenshots. These are either people messaging me personally, emailing me, comments on my YouTube videos. Bro, not even sugarcoating it. I got my first client within 30 minutes and I can't believe it myself. Got my first 2 clients and many more sales calls booked only a week and a half after watching Tyson's outreach course on YouTube. I watched the 4-hour course a month ago, and today I got my second client. And I got the first one just a week after watching. Someone else down here in the bottom right said, I actually got my first client yesterday after just 10 days into copywriting, all thanks to your videos, community, and some discipline. Guys, don't even believe me. You don't even have to believe me. It's just a well-known fact at this point. And eventually, change your life. This is one of our other students not too long ago. I think this was like a week ago. His 3 weeks aren't even up yet. But he said he just put his 3 weeks notice in at his job, and he'll be the next full-time copywriter. Now, what kind of feeling is that? Never having to go in and clock into a job again. Look, everyone's going to try to tell you to get these flashy business models. Oh, but drop shipping, you can make $1 million a month, get a Ferrari and get this and get that. Like I said in the last video, true freedom, true wealth is just being able to do what you want. Being able to escape your job. People want the Ferrari business model, but they don't understand that Toyota makes more money. Here's what you're going to learn. Exactly when you should start outreaching, the BBC concept that will allow you to get clients faster. 3 key outreach principles that 90% of copywriters skip, and that's exactly why they fail. Why you should focus on outreach mediums rather than outreach methods, and how to properly track and optimize your outreach to get paying clients faster. I'm also going to show you, but wait, there's more. Examples of winning outreach messages that have landed paying clients. Right, so the actual examples, case studies of successful students. So this student closed a 3K per month client. Here's exactly what he did. Here's his outreach message. Here's the niche he's outreaching to, all of it. 3 tracking sheets that you guys can use, because remember, in the New Year, New Clients Challenge, not only are you guys getting the trainings, getting the knowledge, being held accountable by me and my team, we're also going to be giving you the tools that you can literally just take from us and use. Action steps, of course, and a live Q&A for the VIPs afterwards. So I hear this question all the time. So should I master writing copy before outreaching? This is probably the number one thing that stops copywriters from ever getting clients. Think about it this way. Writing copy and doing outreach are 2 different skill sets. If you can write 10 out of 10 copy, but your skill of communicating your value, aka your outreach, is a 0 out of 10, then clients will perceive you as a 0 out of 10 skill level. Translation: you won't get clients if you just focus on good copy. You're scared of getting rejected with outreach and therefore don't want to do it. Let's just call it what it is. No sugarcoating, no pussyfooting around the bush. That's just what it is. This is a form of productive procrastination. You tell yourself you just need some more videos and practice. You don't. There's someone out there right now closing a client that should have been yours, but you're too scared to outreach to them. Here's the brutal truth. You're gonna get rejected with outreach, and that's okay. It's guaranteed to happen. Even if you have the best outreach in the world, accepting this is the first step to starting outreach. Instead of only focusing on copy or only focusing on outreach, learn both of them at the same time. Because here's the other thing. You think that, oh, well, what if I get a client too early? That's like when a girl says they're going to go to the gym, they're going to touch a dumbbell and they're going to get too ripped. It's like, no, dude, don't even worry about it. Oh, well, what if I get a 5K per month client and then I mess it up because my copywriting's not that good? Don't worry, bro, you won't. You want to know the best way to learn copywriting? Getting a goddamn client. Isn't that crazy? You will learn more by building your first email sequence for a client than you ever will in like 6 months of your most intense copywriting, learning, skill, and practice ever. You learn by doing. You don't learn to drive by reading the manual and watching videos of other people driving. At one point, you got to just get behind the goddamn wheel. You know what this is called? Productive procrastination. And it's called mental masturbation. You're mentally edging yourself, being like, oh, bro, I'm making so much progress, bro. When I make 10K per month, this is going to be awesome, bro. I just gotta write like 5 emails a day for the next 5 months. Then I'll be ready. Spend 60% of your time outreaching and 40% of your time learning and practicing copy. Look at this graphic real quick. You want to know where you are in the year? You are literally right there at that arrow in January. And look at how much opportunity you have. Most people don't visualize this. Another graphic. If you start today, I'm not saying that you're going to be instantly successful. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm telling you to outreach. Here's something else someone told me. Tyson, you're really telling us that we should outreach just a couple of days or a week after we learn copywriting? Are you kidding me? Bro, at this point, you're just selling false hope. No. I never guaranteed you're going to get a client in that first week once you start. In fact, the opposite is probably true. You'll probably fail. You'll probably mess up. You'll probably get some people cussing you out. But bro, that is literally how you learn. Another brutal truth. I pulled my Instagram. Only 30% of people, so 30% of people have never outreached before. 50% of people have tried it. They might have sent an outreach before, but they've not been that consistent. Only 20% of people have been consistent with outreach for over a month. Let that sink in. Do you want to know how to instantly beat out 80% of people who want to call themselves copywriters? Be consistent for 1 month. And this is not me just like pulling numbers out of my behind. I've literally polled my Instagram. This was thousands of people who voted on this poll. If you want to be in the top 20% of copywriters, all it takes is 1 month. Can you imagine what can happen in 3 months, in 5 months, in 6 months, in 12 months? At the end of this year, can you imagine the amount of progress that you're going to make? How should you outreach? First and foremost, I want to tell you why templates fail. First of all, everyone uses them, which means diminishing returns. Clients can smell a template from a mile away. They're spammy. There's no personalization inside of them. And a lot of people end up just giving up after one follow-up anyways, and they're desperate. So now I want to introduce you to the concept of BBC, which means burning brain calories. You are going to have to think. You're going to have to use your head. You're going to have to use your mind. You're going to have to figure some things out. Now look, me and my team have made this as simple and as easy as possible. But at some point, you're going to have to just use what you got, man. I believe in the potential of all of you. All of you guys are smart enough to figure this out. So when I show you some examples, here's what you need to do. Let's say I gave you 10 examples of opening messages that people have used to get clients. You're going to look at those 10 examples and think, okay, how can I create a message that is completely different from those 10, but still incorporates all of the ideas that made those 10 outreaches work? That is how you use BBC. So here, what I'm going to show you are the steps and strategies, but you're going to need to BBC to come up with your own methods. So yes, this is my own template. This is what I used to get clients. I personally used it over a video, so I said it. That's why it's kind of long and wordy. I don't recommend you making yours exactly like this. So it's already been used by pretty much every copywriter on the planet at this point. So take that into consideration. So I said something like, hey, how's it going? So you don't actually know me, but my name is Tyson. And I did actually reach out to you recently in the DMs, but I just want to make this quick video for two main reasons. One, because I'm sure you get tons and tons of emails and DMs like every single day just about this. So I wanted to stand out by making a quick video. And two, because, well, I'm not really sure if this is something you could use right now, but I'm a copywriter. So what I do is I help businesses increase revenue by writing persuasive copy that helps move leads through the sales funnel and just ultimately to get them closer to the sale. So if that's something you're open to talk about, just let me know and we can have a quick chat about it in the DMs and go from there. So that's it for now. I'll see you later. Very simple. Close multiple 3K, 4K per month clients with that. Now, if you're sat there thinking, well, where's the magic in that? In this specific one, the magic was in a couple of things. First and foremost, the magic was in me actually taking a video, looking presentable, and sending it to them and saying these words. Now, the other thing is, let's take it line by line. You don't know me. I just wanted to make this quick video for you for two reasons. Okay, so one, I acknowledge that they're probably really busy. You're probably really busy and you probably get tons of outreach messages like this all the time. So what is this? This is literally just copywriting. If I'm writing to people who want to go to the gym, they want to get a gym membership, then I'll say something like, you know how you keep telling yourself you're going to go to the gym? You keep saying, well, next week I actually have some time off. So that's the week I'm going to go to the gym. So what am I doing if I were to write that? What I'm doing is I am showing them that I understand their problem. In other words, entering the conversation that's going on in their head already. Copywriting is simply about entering the conversation into your prospect's mind, and then you'll be able to sell them. That's what I did there. Then I was talking about the second one is essentially I'm a copywriter. Don't know if you need it right now, but I wanted to talk to you about it. Let me know if you're open to that in the DMs. Very simple. There's not really any need to break it down. I just introduced myself as a copywriter, told him what I do, and asked him if he might need it. Because I'm not sure if you do, but if you do, let's talk about it. That's it. And notice how I didn't. I'm a copywriter. I guarantee you I'm going to make you 20K in 60 days or your money back. Hell no, dude. Don't even, no. I see beginners do that stuff too, where they're like, oh, bro, I sent this guy an email, a cold outreach email, and the subject line was, I want to make you money. Bro, now he's going to open that because he really wants to make money. Here's the thing, is that business owners are smarter than you and I. Well, I mean, I'm a business owner, so maybe not. But business owners are smarter than the average person, right? They are highly sophisticated. They're not going to think, ooh, money. Well, yeah, I'm going to work with this guy. Yeah, that just makes sense. No, they're going to be highly skeptical. So do you want to know how to combat that skepticism? Simple. You just come from a point of curiosity rather than a point of selling. I don't even know if I can help your business. I don't even know if you use copywriting. I don't even know if I could help you. But if you'd be willing to talk about it, let me know. This is such a stronger angle than the whole, bro, I swear I can I've been a copywriter for 10 years. Or I've been copywriting for this. Or I'm super smart. Nobody wants to hear that. Takeaway, don't use templates ever. And also understand from a business owner's perspective, right? In order to understand how to catch your prey, you need to be the prey. You get dozens of DMs per day from people with the same profiles, same templated messages, same follow-ups, same video scripts, same memes that they send, same desperate attempts. As a high-level business owner who lives in abundance, network, money, time, etc., why should you give any of your time to these newbie copywriters? You shouldn't. That's why a lot of you need to improve your outreach as a copywriter a lot. So here's what clients actually look for. Somebody who's not desperate, high work ethic, intelligent, skilled, persistent. As a business owner, would you respond to any of these? Do you need a copywriter? You doing anything with email right now? Just popping this up. Please, bro, hire me. Please, sir, did you see my messages? Hey, Bob, I really like your content. Good stuff. Keep it up. Oh, my God. That's the worst one. Please, nobody in here, for the love of goodness, be sending unpersonalized, lame compliments. I literally saw somebody seriously, not sarcastically, sending a business owner, hey bro, I like the color of your website. It really pops. By the way, I'm a copywriter, bruh. You can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make this stuff up. Hell no. They reek of desperation, low value, and incompetence. So how can you actually write good outreach? So the principles of great outreach that most people don't use. Number one, they're different. If you look the same, use the same phrases, or send the same messages / videos as other copywriters, then business owners will assume you're unskilled, like most copywriters. You don't want to be like most copywriters. You want to be different. And take this one to heart. This one's probably a writer downer. Different is better than better. Second is value. If you give a business owner something that they can't use, don't need, or don't care about, or doesn't help them that much, then they aren't going to want to work with you. Now, the next logical question is, well, Tyson, how do I know what they need? Well, eventually you'll have an idea because you'll understand marketing, you'll understand funnels. But right now, just send them either emails for free value, send them a Loom video audit of some stuff for free value, or send them free sales page template, for example. And don't worry, we're going to get into those as we go on. Third is competence. If you don't come across as an expert or somewhat experienced copywriter, people probably aren't going to want to work with you. Nobody likes to be the first patient of a brain surgeon because they're taking on risk. You don't need experience, but you need to sound like you do. Show your intelligence. Business owners don't care if you have 10 years of experience or whatever it is. They just want to know that you're going to work hard and you're going to want to work with them. And they want to know that you did your own due diligence. You did your research on them. There's two copywriters. One guy is, yeah, I do really want to become a copywriter, but I don't want to work too hard. And I also don't want to study that much either. I don't know that much about business. I don't know that much about copywriting. Then there's the other copywriter that you guys want to be. Extremely hardworking, extremely diligent, extremely persistent. Somebody with high work ethic. And although they don't have any clients yet before, they're not a high experienced copywriter. They are actively learning. They are literally like a sponge and soaking up all the knowledge from their clients and just from copywriting and marketing in general. Next is witty. A little comedic relief goes a long way when decreasing sales pressure and getting potential clients to actually reply to you. Think of the last time you saw a funny ad you really enjoyed. Chances are you are much more likely to purchase. Think True Cut Classic Tees. Is that what it's called? True Classic? I think it's called True Classic Tees, or the Oh Snap phone grip. You guys might not have seen this phone grip one, but I'm actually wearing a True Classic tee right now. And you want to know what got my attention is they were funny. Everyone remembers those funny ads that they've seen before. And now I'm not saying that you need to be like a freaking comedian or a clown. But what I am saying is just a little bit of tongue-in-cheek humor goes a long way. And it also proves that you're not a bot, you're not a spammer. And it is literally proven that when you can make people laugh, people literally assume that you're better at what you do. So if you're going to fly with a pilot or something and he makes you laugh, he just says something kind of funny, then you're just going to assume, subconsciously, of course, that he's better than he actually is. And when you use these methods correctly, here's what can happen. So I have a few messages here. I'll read them out for you. On the very left, it says, "Hi. Usually I ignore all kinds of these emails. However, I appreciate the effort you put in. I'm happy to jump on a call with you to see if there's a way for us to work together. Best regards." And this was a guy with like hundreds of thousands of followers. And that's what he replied to an email outreach that was sent to him. This is one of my students. Then we have someone else. He says, "Hi, I have to admit that picture truly made me laugh. What a great way to capture my and others' attention. I would love to check out your video. Best wishes." I would love to check out your video. I would love to see the free value that you sent me because your email made me laugh. Right here on the right is the most interesting one. Let me read it out. "So I gave this coach some value in my Loom video and he liked my ideas and he just paid for the Loom video itself." Imagine outreaching to somebody and they're like, "You know what? I really like this. I'm just going to pay you. I'm going to send you money." I received the payment and he said, "We will have a chat if everything goes well," which it will. He said, "I get a lot of DMs and usually they're all trash. I like these and will implement them. Send me your Venmo and I'll send you $50. It's not much, but hey, I appreciate the hard work." Can you imagine sending somebody an outreach so good that they say that? That's pretty dope, right? And some more. Actually, these are from my boy Costin. That's right here on the call with me. So we're going to zoom up and actually look at these closer. This is amazing. Tell me more about your services. I would love to consider you for my email marketing. Bro, I just want to acknowledge you for your content. You're doing a great job. How precise and direct they are. It makes me quite easier and more fun for me to create." And someone else says, "Thanks for the patience the last 2 days. I've been absolutely slammed, but I went through the emails and overall, I think they're phenomenal. You're extremely talented and I think we should continue to work together. It'll only get better." And someone else said, "Saw it, brother. Definitely valuable. Thank you very much. Going to put these into action tomorrow." This is what happens when you actually give people value in your outreach instead of just asking like a silly guy. And these are ones from myself personally. And one of the funny things is that some of these didn't close. Some of these didn't turn into clients. But even though they were like, "You know what? This is awesome, but I just don't need it right now." But guess what? When they do need it, who are they going to come to? Love the hustle, bro. I can tell you're genuine. We're pretty good for now, onboarding a sales team and preparing to scale. But if I know anyone who can help, I'm happy to refer you. If I know anybody who does need copywriting, I'd love to refer you. Someone else said, "No thanks, bro, but your outreach is on point. I'm sure you'll go far." Someone else said, "LMAO, Nice outreach method here. Sure, go on. And someone at the bottom said, Tyson, genuine way to grab one's attention. Very real and personalized. Thanks for the video. That's what can happen. Now, look, these principles can be used across any outreach method. But here's why methods themselves fail and why you're going to waste tons of time looking for a secret method. There are multiple steps to getting clients, not just one method. Openers, which are your first couple messages, follow-ups, value, your profile, timing. These are all things. Outreach is more of a funnel. If any one piece of it is missing, the whole thing falls apart. If you have a 10 out of 10 outreach method, but a crappy Instagram or profile, then you probably still won't get any clients. If you have 10 out of 10 follow-ups, but 0 out of 10 openers, you won't get any clients. Because if your opening messages aren't very good, then your following messages aren't going to save the day. Here's an example. Say you have good profile, but bad openers, but good follow-up, you're still not going to make it across the bridge. You need an outreach system. This is what I mean. An outreach system isn't just, well, I say this thing, which is like a template, and then I wait, and then I send them this thing, and I say this. It doesn't work like that. But I know you're still wondering, well, what is the best outreach method though? Best outreach method is the outreach method that you make. Why? Every method works. It's more about how well you do it. All of my students have landed clients with different methods. Actually, just this morning, when one of our students closed, I know we just showed the one that closed $2,500 per month, but someone else closed like a potential $5K per month deal, right? That was this morning. And we literally sent, I asked him how he did it. He just sent a video intro DM. He just sent a video of him on Instagram. Then he sent them some value, and then he got the client. That's it. So from last week, he already had one client. But then the next week, boom. Just like that. That was like a potential $5K per month deal. I think they said they'd start with like a 2-week free trial, and then they'd be going to commissions, but the on-track earnings is 3 to 4K per month. And then it could go even higher from there. All of my students have landed clients with different methods. That's the reason why I tell you, or all of the students are landing clients with just different methods, all of them. Again, when people ask, well, Tyson, aren't we all going to be outreaching to the same people? First of all, no. Second of all, most people don't even outreach, so that's not even an issue. I just showed you if you want to be in the top 20% of copywriters, outreach consistently for a month. Next of all, is everyone outreaches to people in different ways. If I were to just give you a template, then yes, that might be something you should be concerned about. But because I'm giving you so many options here, no. Video intros, Loom videos, emails, voice notes, upfront value. If you guys don't know, a video intro is literally just you taking a picture or just taking a video like this with your phone. Hey, how's it going? My name is Tyson. Not sure if you need this right now, but I'm a copywriter. If you want to talk about it more, let me know in the DMs. And you send it to them. Very simple. That is a video intro to you. Looms is kind of like a screen share with a video on the side. Emails, you know what that is. Voice notes, you know what that is. Upfront value is just like you go to a business owner and then you send them some emails that you wrote for them. This usually happens when you sit down, you practice some copy. You're like, okay, I'm going to practice copy for 30 minutes today. You write 2 emails. You send those 2 emails to the business you wrote the emails for. You say, hey, don't know if you need this right now, but your content really helped me, so I made you these. Send it to them. Then maybe they'll say, wow, this is amazing. Can you do more of this? Hired with them. And even Upwork proposals, job boards, even more. So why is this the case? The best way to be seen as different, valuable, and competent is to come up with your own method that makes you stand out. This is why BBC is so important. You have to sit down, use your own brain, and take the principles from the class to come up with something new, creative, and disrupting. Otherwise, your method will be the exact same as everyone else. And just like how templates don't work, your outreach won't work. So you're actually going to want to focus on mediums rather than methods. And this is where the sauce comes in. So here are some proven mediums: Loom videos, video intros, voice notes, videos, memes, screenshots, replies, messages, links, videos, docs, text. There's literally tons. But they basically break down into, you can send them videos, you can send them audio, you can send them images, you can send them text, you can send them value. These are all different things. I just gave you 12 different outreach methods, and there's even way more than that anyways. So here are some examples of winning outreach, some more. I'm just gonna read it on the right, and then we're gonna go over why it worked well. You guys understand everything that I just said previously, and look out for the things that I've shown you. So it says this. All right, get ready. The #1 French marketing nerd is ready to deliver. And the Loom video itself is called Nikola Tesla Creates Alexandra's Landing Page. So he sent her over a landing page example and a Loom video to go along with it. And I believe this exact one was a 3K per month client. Yeah, this landed him a 3K per month client. And the other thing is he's going to be coaching businesses in her business. He has a client. His client works with other businesses. And he is going to be not only writing copy for his client, but he's also going to be coaching her business clients on things like copywriting and marketing. She needed a copywriter and she also needs a coach. So, you know what this means? This means he also gets tons of referral opportunities. One client can change your life. And he said, and here's the email you can use to plug and play for your list. And then he sent her a Google Doc. So he did a landing page, he did a Loom video, and he did a email for free value. Where most people are just being dorks and saying, hey there, do you need a copywriter? Right? Are you starting to see the pattern? Hope you find this helpful. Warning, if you're skeptical about clicking links, I get it. So here's a picture of a cute kangaroo. Would a bot scour the internet for a cute pic like this? I think not. So what is he doing there? He's being witty and clever and funny and using some comedic relief, like I told you guys. This instantly decreases sales pressure. She's like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, whatever. I'll give it a shot. The same thing. People want to give funny ads a chance. Here's a bullet point list of what he actually did. Well, it was different. It was valuable. It was conversational. It was humorous. It proved the worth. It was competent, and you could show it was a real human. Now, here's what I don't want you guys to do. Oh, well, I'm not French. I'm Canadian. So I'm going to say, hey, the #1 Canadian marketing nerd is ready to deliver. And then I'm going to send them a Loom video that says, Nikola Tesla creates so-and-so's landing page. And then I'm going to say, and here's an email to plug and play with your list. And then I'm going to say, here's a Google Doc as well. And then I'm going to include a picture of a dog at the bottom and say the exact same thing that was in here. No, just no. Okay. This is one of those emails offering you help with your email marketing. But I don't mean, hey, let's hop on a quick call so I can close you. Instead, we can just talk here in the email thread. I've worked with some of the biggest names in business opportunity and coaching industry and learned directly from the copywriter for a big name. Let me know if you're down and I'll add in my 2 cents. And then he sends over a screenshot of the business owner's emails that he's been getting. The reason why he does this, of course, is to prove that he's a real person and add personalization. Now let's go back to the top. Yes, this is one of those emails. So what is he doing here? He's doing the exact thing I was telling you guys, where you enter the conversation that's already in their head. Imagine if he opened this email and he was like, this is one of those emails. And he starts reading it. Yeah, this is one of those emails. Like, oh crap. This guy actually knows his audience. See, here's the key to good outreach. The key to good outreach is to not tell them you have great copywriting skill. Show them you have great copywriting skill by building great outreach. So what did he do here? He was different. He was poking fun at the conventional outreaches. He was conversational. It was humorous. He showed his experience and he put in an image of the emails. So here's another example of winning outreach.
But if your marketing ain't dialed in, you can end up like this. See, that's why you don't skip funnel day. So check out this free value I made you. Brandon, if you like this page, I can send you the full link on Instagram. And if you need help implementing this thing, you know where to find me.
Right, these are just video intros or disruptor videos. I have a lot of examples from them. And the reason why they work is for a few reasons. Right? Now, let's say you're a business owner. Remember, put yourself in their shoes. And you're opening up your DMs and all you get is, hey bro, can I be your copywriter? Hey bro, can I be your copywriter? And then you see somebody actually make this effort. Say your name and make a whole video for you very simply. Also, that did not take very long. It was not really that hard. All it simply takes is you coming up with something creative, right? So to recap the video, essentially, it was a video of somebody benching and then they dropped the weight. And then the copywriter said, this is what happens when you skip funnel day. And then that was just the opening joke. And then he shows him in the video some of the value, which is a free sales page that the copywriter created. So what did this do well? Attention grabbing. It was different. It was valuable. It incorporated humor. It was competent and highly personalized. You're going to need a first point of contact. And I call these spear openers. Short, personalized, expecting a response. And here's what it looks like. Now, this is a outreach that I sent to a guy on Instagram. He essentially posted a picture of his everyday carry. So there was a bunch of stuff on his table and he was like, I don't ever leave the house without these. And I said this, yo man, that a Glock? It looked like a Glock. It was a pistol. Lucky you can carry in your state you're in. I've gotten a few firearms here in Canada and the rules are so much more strict. LOL. So what am I doing here? First of all, replying to business owners' stories, especially their personal ones, are one of the best ways to get a response from them in their DMs. And I'll tell you why. Us business owners, We're human. We're human. We're flesh and blood just like everyone else. When we post something on our story that's like about our hobby or about something we're doing, we want validation, bro. Just like everybody else. Why does the average person even post on Instagram in the first place? For validation, for likes, for comments. So every single person in the world does this, business owners included. When they post something on their story, they're going to look into their DMs and they're going to look to see who replied because they want to see what people think about it. If I post a picture of me at the gym and I'm flexing in the mirror, this is an embarrassing confession, but maybe a couple hours later, I'm going to go through my DMs. I'm going to look through the replied. I'm going to see who's calling me swole. Okay. There, I said it. We listen and we don't judge. So hear me out. But business owners do the exact same thing. So if he's posting a picture of his pistol on his desk, I already know he's looking for people to reply to that. So I did, and I asked him a question. When you ask them a question, it does something crazy that I'm going to show you in a second. But as you can see, he replied. He said, actually, it's a Zev OZ9C dog. I don't know why he said dog like that. Yeah, laws in Idaho are super lenient. Haha. So good, I got a reply. Now, why is this so important? Well, it gets you from their request tab to their primary, where they'll see you more often. This way, you also have zero risk of not knowing if they check DMs or not. So a lot of business owners just don't check their DMs. They're just not going to check them. But if they already reply to you, then you know they actually do check their DMs. And when you go from their request tab to their primary tab, now they get notified whenever you message them. You can message them every single day, every single second of the day in the request tab, and they're not going to see it. But in their primary, they're now going to get a notification, a push notification to their phone. Here are the tabs, right? On the right is requests. They're not going to see that. Then you have general and primary. They're basically the same, irrelevant, but still, if they reply to you, they have to choose whether to put you in the general or the primary, which means you get out of the request, which is the big thing here. This is why short, personalized, expecting a response openers, spear openers are the best. Why short? Because nobody wants to be hit with a goddamn paragraph first thing out the gate. That's weird. Why personalized? So they know that you're not a bot. Expecting a response, again, so you can get into primary tab. Every single portion of this opener is perfect. So here's some ways that you can actually give value. Video intro DM, I already kind of explained that. Again, it's where you take a simple video and you say things, or it's like the example that we just saw right there. We also have Loom videos. Now, I have these in here as resources for you guys, but if you'd like, I have videos about these on my YouTube channel already if you want to get really far into them. So as you can see, here's a 2-hour outreach course where I do go over Loom videos. And here, this is a free sales page sample. Yeah, okay. This is actually the free sales page sample that I was telling you guys about. As you can see, if you just change this, make some tweaks, and make it so that it is personalized for the business, look at this. Now they can actually see all the elements of your sales page. If you send them over this, whereas most people ain't sending them no free value, dude, come on. You have scroll stoppers, you have more copy here. And again, if you want to know how to write these, how to write sales pages, gosh, you already know what channel to go to. That's the Tyson 4D channel. You have the headline, and then you even can visualize the structure of the page itself, right? Super valuable. And also you can make a free email sales package. That's pretty self-explanatory. You write 2 to 3 emails and you send it to them. That's free value. So usually what happens, right? Let me go back here. Is I'd send them this. He says, oh yeah, man, that's super awesome. I say, cool. Then I would let it marinate for a couple days. The reason why I do this is because I don't want it to seem super transactional. I don't want it to seem like, hey bro, is that a Glock? He's like, no, actually it's a different gun. And I'm like, oh, okay, can I be your copywriter? That's weird, isn't it? Right, exactly. So I might send one more reply, like, oh, haha, lucky you. Wish I was in Idaho, and then leave it alone, right? Maybe he'd just like the message, we'd leave it alone. A couple days later, by the way, right, since you were just running across my mind, and we had that short little discussion, I decided to make these for you. Sends over free value. This is literally as simple as it is. Really quickly, I want to go over one more point. But Tyson, what about this outreach method? What about that outreach method? What about this way of sending copy? What about this way of giving value? I'll put it this way, man. Even if there are more effective ways, there are always going to be 100 different ways to bake this cake. So am I going to sit here and go through every single recipe in order to get to where you want to go? Of course not. I'm going to give you one and I'm going to make it simple. So here's how to actually offer the value. Here's an example. Hey, I've been watching you since old video / reference. Again, example. You don't have to say these exact things. I've been watching you since you had 25,000 subscribers or something, if they have like 100 something thousand. And you've honestly helped me, personalized compliment. You've honestly helped me with my video editing skills. You've honestly helped me gain muscle in the gym. So as a way to show my appreciation, I wrote you these 3 emails that you can use for your email list. Cool if I send them over? So you can either ask permission, And then once they say, yes, cool, send them over, then you make the emails and send them over. That's one way to do it. Then the other way to do it is just send them the free value with this message. There's pros and cons to each. If you ask permission, then if they ghost you, you don't risk anything. The risk with just sending over free value is that they might not see it, right? They might not open it. So this is the trade-off. Now, people are going to ask me, but Tyson, which one is better? Just do whatever you want. That's it. Just do either one of them. They both work. You can either send the value up front, or you can ask them, is it cool if I send it over? Now, this comes for call closing cash conversations. What do you actually say? So after you give them the value and they say, this is awesome, now what? How do you get on a sales call? So here's some rules of thumb. One, don't reveal price because you don't know if you can help them yet. People might say something like, so how much are your rates? How much per email? How much do you charge? Well, it varies. It depends on exactly what you need and how long it will take. And I don't even know if you need it in the first place. So it would make sense to hop on a quick call and talk about what exactly you need. And right there is exactly how you sell. You don't sell at all. Instead, you use the curiosity as a reasoning as to why you should get on the call in the first place. You need to have an answer for what's your experience? How much experience do you have? Here's what I like to say. Look, man, I'll be fully transparent. I haven't been copywriting for 10 plus years, but I'll work twice as hard as someone who will. I want to get into this industry and I want to start collecting case studies. I want huge testimonials and I want to do really well for people so I can get my career off the ground. So I'm not asking for you to hire me at a ridiculous rate, but we could do a little test, give me a chance, and I'll show you that it'll be worth it. Now that's a paraphrase. Don't use those exact words, but that right there is the angle you want to go for. I've seen people do this before where they're asked, so how much experience do you have? And they say, none. Bro, what? That's all you got? So here's what I need from you guys. I just need you guys to create an answer in your head, figure something out, understand what the angle is going to be, write it down, memorize it. What are you going to say when people pull you for your experience card? If you don't know, you're going to get caught with your pants down. You're going to go, and what's even worse is if they ask you this on a sales call. You go, I don't have any experience. Well done. You freaking blew it. You absolutely blew it. You blew it. Decrease sales pressure by giving permission to say no and decrease friction like this. So I don't even know if this is something you need right now. And if it's not, just let me know. Just let me know. And then maybe some other time when it is, you know where to find me. And the reason why this works so well is understanding why people ghost you in the first place. People ghost people who are outreaching to them because they have the fear that the outreacher is not going to take no for an answer. I'll give you an example. Copywriter. Hey man, I want to be your copywriter. Client. No thanks, I'm good. We don't need one. Copywriter. Hey man, but I write really, really good copy and I can be your copywriter and I can make you money. Business owner. Don't need it. Bye. Then this back and forth keeps going. They keep messaging and messaging and messaging. And then they get annoyed and then they have to block the copywriter. It just turns into way too much work. So if you give people permission to say no and they say no, this is way better. Let me guys tell you this. Getting a no is a win. And the reason why is because ghosting is pretty much the worst thing that can happen because you don't know if they might just not have seen it. They might have say like maybe and you not really know. But when they say no, do you want to know why? Because you can spend your time on people who might actually say yes. Whereas people say, how do I get this guy who said no to say yes? Let me give you one piece of advice as a copywriter that's going to save you so much time. You're never going to sell beef to a vegan. If someone just don't need you, they just don't need you, baby boy. That's just how it is. So bark up a different tree. And you're going to want to send them your Calendly link when they agree to the call. Don't be like, hey man, are you free on like the 12th of December at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? No, just build a Calendly, right? This is a free website, a free software that you can use in order to book calls easily. So here's some rules of follow-up. You follow up 2 to 3 days after last contact, right? Not every single day. Next is you want to follow up long-term, over months and months. If someone replies to you and they say, I like this free value you sent me, I just don't need it right now. Cool, awesome. That person is now on your radar. You're gonna follow up with that person forever. Meaning you leave them alone for a couple of weeks or a month or maybe even multiple months and you come back to them and outreach to them again. I've done this multiple times. Left somebody alone for 6 months, came back, outreach to them again, got them as a 3K per month client. I literally outreach to them and they said no. Then I outreach to them again 6 months later, they said yes. If someone has even replied to you at any time, never stop following up. It's either this, B, or B. You either book them on a call, they block you, or you're bozo. If you give up and they haven't booked or blocked you, you're a bozo. You're dumb. You didn't try hard enough. You're weak. You're sausage. You are wet tissue paper. Follow up from a different angle. every single time and give value. This is how you don't be annoying. You know what's annoying? Hey man, hey, did you see my message? Hey, I messaged you. Hey, I think you forgot to reply. You know what's not annoying? Hey, I made you this email. Hey, I made you these sales pages. Sends them a meme. Hey, I made you this Loom video. Hey, I saw you're doing a promo for your program and I wanted to see if I could help. Here are some emails for it. Now are you guys starting to see a little bit? I had to include some meme follow-up examples. So one on the left, don't mind me, just a chill guy waiting for Costin to reply. And then over here on the right, me at a party. I wonder if Costin saw my DM. You'd be surprised at how well these work. Way better than just, hey bro, are you there? Hey man. So extra points to the one on the left because it's relevant. Something really relevant helps a lot. Now, some disclaimers here. Don't make it super Gen Z. If you're trying to do some like skibidi toilet meme TikTok BS, they're probably not going to understand what the hell you're even talking about. These are business owners. So use some very basic normie memes. Next, bonus points if you Photoshop your face or their face on the meme. So let's say this one, for example, if I Photoshopped my face onto the face of this little guy or my face onto the face of this guy over here on the left, extra points, more personalized, higher effort. So here's some more proof that outreach actually works. $1,300 in 32 days, first client after 4 weeks of copywriting, closed a client in 9 days after joining, first 2K clients down here at the bottom, scaled my second client from $500 per month to $1,500 per month. Over on the right, made 10K from copywriting. These copywriters are no better than you. I know this because I've spoken to all of these guys personally. They all started with zero experience in the exact same position all of you guys are at right now. And now they're all making money. They simply applied the outreach principles I taught them, stayed consistent, and eventually started winning. You now know how to outreach, but how do you consistently improve outreach over time? You have to track your numbers. And no, it's not going to be some high school math class. Right? It's not that difficult to track your numbers. It's really not. You have to think of yourself more as a one-person business than just as a copywriter. And businesses make decisions off numbers, not off guesses or feelings. Like I just said, every business runs by data and numbers, and you can't optimize what you don't track. Practice, and I also practice what I preach. As you can see, tons of numbers, more numbers, more numbers. I literally always track my numbers for everything. You get the point. Numbers are important for businesses to grow because they tell you where to improve. So how do you apply this to your outreach? You do not need to get as complex as I just showed you. But if you don't track your outreach, then how do you know where you're going wrong? I'll give you an example. This month, I'm going to reach out to people using this opener A. Okay, I got that. That's my rate. Next, I'm going to try opener B for next month. Wow, opener B worked a lot better than opener A. I'm going to only use opener B now. This is a way that you can always progress. You know what the worst part of outreach is? When you're not progressing, when you're just using some crappy template and you're like, oh man, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. You have to innovate. This is how I came up with all the methods that I'm showing you right now, is that I innovated them over time. If you're not closing clients, it may be because of your profile, your openers, your follow-ups, your value, or your medium. But if you never track the numbers, you'll never know why. So what exactly should you track? Start out very, very basic and simple at the minimum. Numbers of outreach done per day, number of replies that you got per day, number of sales calls you got, and number of clients closed. So now you can also track them. If you track every single day, you can track them over the month. Over the last month, I got this many outreaches, this many replies, this many sales calls, this many clients closed. Example, let's say you do 20 outreaches per day. That is 600 per month. If at just 1% of those outreaches are half interested, that is 6 potential clients right there every month. So that's what you should aim for. How can I get consistently on sales calls, consistently people answering me, consistently people opening my messages? So I also have a free outreach tracker for you guys right here. As you can see, again, we giving out the tools, baby. It ain't just about the trainings, it's also about the tools. So I'm gonna open this up. This is exactly what it looks like, right? It's really easy to use. All you have to do is go right here, right? Day one, I did this many outreaches. I got this many replies, this many sales calls, this many clients closed. And you wanna know what else? You can even visualize it down here. You can literally see visually, right, on a graph, whether you're getting a lot of outreaches or not many, or a lot of replies or not many, a lot of opens or not many. You can see, oh, they're going up. You can see, ah, man, they're going down with this new thing. How long would this take you to make on your own, bro? Let's be honest. How many of you guys know Sheets so well that you could just pop this open and be like, oh yeah, man, let me just fill this out real quick. So here's a recap for today. I showed you guys exactly when you should start outreaching, which is after practicing copy, just right after. The BBC concept that will allow you to get clients faster. 3 key outreach principles that 90% of copywriters skip, and why you should focus on outreach mediums rather than outreach methods. Also, how to properly track and optimize your outreach to get paying clients faster. Now it's time to take some action. Because I could be here teaching you guys every single day, all day, but here are the action steps. 1, pick a platform. Use Instagram or email. Keep it simple. Next is to create your opening strategy on Instagram story reply or cold email or warm-up message, any of these. Next, you want to create your follow-up messages/system. Each follow-up should be different, a different medium, different message, or style. Then you want to space them 3 to 7 days apart each. Lastly, you want to do daily outreach at a minimum of 5 to 10 of the prospects that you collected from day 1. So now you're going to take all the prospects that you collected, remember that you did that, and you're going to outreach to all of them. And then now you guys know how to prospect and how to outreach. So you guys are going to want to focus on those. Right? Those are the main things. You also learned how to follow up. So every single day, right, if you get messages or you get people who replied but ghost, make sure you go back and follow up within 3 to 5 days. How do you create your outreach messages? We're going to do a quick recap. Number 1, follow the concepts and strategies from what we learned today. And no, again, you don't get templates. Right? I gave you examples, but you can come up with your own templates and you just try it. Don't worry about saying the right thing. Just worry about going through the actions. You'll learn to say the right thing along the way. Second is to burn brain calories. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. I also have some Instagram DM examples, even more right here. So these are a bunch that I actually did myself. I'm going to include these as well for you guys. As you can see, a whole bunch of times where I outreached to my prospects and got some clients here. Lots of examples, lots of examples, lots of examples, lots of examples. Boom. They keep going. These are all the clients that I've been getting. They keep going. They keep going. They keep going. Right. Yep. All right. I think you got it by now. Right. All of these for you. And guess what? A lot of dudes ain't going to show this. A lot of dudes ain't going to show this. And if they do show it, it's a price tag. I'm not even gonna lie. Right. So not only am I going to show it, I'm going to give it to you for free so you can use it to get clients for yourself. Because that's just what we do here, man. That's just the theme of the channel. Guys, remember, good action today is better than great action tomorrow. It's better to overdo and underthink, but most people do the opposite. Before I move forward, has our time been worth it today? Do you have more clarity on how to outreach and how to get paying clients? Are you going to crush the action steps? You're going to eat up and leave no crumbs? Are you ready to learn how to close $2,000 to $5,000 per month clients with sales in day 3? You guys want to know what to say, what to do on the sales call, how to negotiate price so they actually pay you nicely? That's what we're going to be doing on January 28th. Day 3, which is secrets to getting the sale. So many copywriters get tripped up at this point and they finally, after all this outreach, tons of outreaches, tons of proposals sent, getting ghosted, follow-ups, and then they finally get this opportunity. So many people fumble on the 1-yard line. They're right there, right next to their copywriting success, but they fail. And when I say people, I also mean me. So we're just going to hop right into it. So this is why most sales info online is terrible for copywriters and how to actually close high-paying clients on calls. Because 2 of the biggest reasons why copywriters suck on calls is 1, because they don't study at all. They don't understand. So they just do what they think is right. And I have stories about my personal experience with this as well. And then 2 is that they are learning about sales, but they're learning about sales from guys like Andy Elliott, who's a used car salesman, or Alex Hormozy, who is a gym membership salesperson. So it's like you're learning sales from people who are not in your actual position. The advice may be good, but it is not relevant to you, my friends. Here's what you're going to learn. Why sales scripts are straight dookie for copywriters and what you can do instead. Why trying to sell to your prospects will turn into a big flop and make you look like a weirdo. The sales philosophy to ensure you'll be confident on calls and will give you the highest chances of closing the deal. The optimal way to present your price in any sales call you'll have. And how to handle the top 3 most important objection handles. Now, I'm going to show you live examples of how I'd handle key moments from the sales calls. So dropping the price, handling objections, case studies of successful students, free objection handling cheat sheet you guys are going to get, right? And I want you guys to actually know these. I'm going to encourage you guys to also practice and role play. I'll tell you how to do that as we go on, and action steps. So Tyson, what should I say on a sales call? Who's ever wondered this? Or were you guys just like, oh, I'm gonna outreach and I'm gonna just wing it. I'm gonna just wing it on this sales call. Screw it, man. It's in God's hands now, right? Yeah, please don't do that. So you may be thinking, I definitely need a script. That's the way I'll know exactly what to say at all times on the call. I just read the script and boom, they walk right into my trap. But in fact, that's not the way. So here's why sales scripts are dookie for copywriters. So number one is that you have calls with business owners. The reason why this is relevant is because you think these business owners don't understand sales? They understand sales better than you and me. So you trying to come out here and pull some basic sales script on them, they're going to be like, oh my God, this is awful. Unless they're a complete fool and they have not one business bone in their body, they'll smell it coming from 10 miles away. Not to mention they're business owners, or they've probably seen or been on countless sales calls before, and they know how it works. So this is why doing all that like super sales script stuff from those used car salesmen. When you're a used car salesman, you're selling to randoms. You're selling to some guy who works as a software engineer. He doesn't know anything about sales. So when you say something, he's going to just think that you're saying it just to say it, but really it's from your sales script. But if you bring that same energy with a business owner, they're going to just feel like it's just cheap. They're going to be bored. They're not going to want to even answer your questions properly. Not to mention, you'll end up looking like this, trying to memorize every single word right here on the right. And when the conversation goes off script, you're screwed. Why? Let's picture this. You're trying to dig into their pains or you ask them a question. So is this something you feel like that could help you? And they're like, not really. They're like, oh, shoot. Or where are you trying to get to in your business? Like what's the main goal? They're like, well, we just want to stay on track. Or what is one really thing that you guys are struggling with right now? We're not really struggling with anything, actually. We're doing really well. You're like, oh, well, shoot, doing really well. I don't have that written down. Shit. All right, goddamn. You're not doing well. In that case, what do you say we move on to the next portion of the call? Sound good? It's like, bruv, don't come over here with that corniness, because I'm telling you from personal experience, you'll get laughed out of the Zoom room. Every client is different. Every conversation is unique. Every situation requires adaptation. That's why sales scripts fail. That's why principles succeed. So learn the art and not the lines. I can't express this enough. You need to be fluid. You need to understand structure of a sales call and how it goes and what to do and when to do it. But you need to be able to recall that information. You're not just a dummy reading off a script. You are the script. Scripts tell you what to say, but principles tell you how to think. One makes you dependent and the other one makes you dangerous. So choose wisely. So you shouldn't use a script. But then how should you actually sell the prospect? You don't. You don't sell at all. So what actually did? One person did. Once again, these are business owners, so they know how sales works. If you start digging into their pains or painting out their dream state, right? How many of you guys have heard these sales terms before? And this is what you should do on the sales call. You should gap sell, talk about where they're struggling with, and then talk about where they want to go, and then twist the knife, and then put yourself in between as a bridge. That's called gap selling. And sure, you can do that, but you have to do it in a very casual way, all right? You have to do it in a very casual way, and you can't ask corny questions that are obviously scripted. The anxiety in sales comes from trying to get the money, pushing for the close, forcing the outcome. But confidence comes from trying to help, staying curious, and being willing to walk away. This is probably the best sales advice you'll ever get, because I'll tell the story right now. On my first sales call, I had no idea what I was doing. Zero clue. And what I did was the unthinkable, the absolute unthinkable. And I'm confident that if I would have just handled it correctly, I would have made a lot more money with that client overall. And I just would have had a better experience. The terrible sales experience, like sales call, like the one that I had, essentially made me look like a rookie, and it made me look silly. And it was so bad that I literally did get laughed out of the Zoom room. I was trying to explain to him and he was literally checking his phone, right? Imagine being on a sales call and they're like, yeah, oh, what? Yeah, no, like 10 or something. I don't know, like that. Imagine being on a sales call and having him like go like this, snickering, because he can see how nervous you are and you're getting sweaty. You're getting more and more nervous. What did I do that was so wrong? I was pitching him a landing page for $600. Landing page for $600. Landing page was like 10,000 words. It was long, bro. So here's what I did. I was like, all right, I really want him to get this, to buy this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a PowerPoint presentation. So we hopped on the call and I was like, all right, bro, watch this. Stats. Studies show that an improvement in sales pages can actually add up to this much money. And let me go through some numbers with you. If I actually improve it by 5%, and I had no idea what his numbers were, by the way. I didn't even ask him. I was like, if I improve your numbers by 5%, let's say you're making $10,000 from it right now per month. If I improve it by 5%, then I'm going to be making this much more money for you. Like, I didn't know anything about what he wanted. I didn't have any clue about what his numbers were. I didn't know anything about his funnel or what he wanted. I literally just made a presentation, and then I sold myself. I was like, yeah. And like, I've been mentored by dudes and I'm this good and I'm that good. And what ended up happening is I didn't even finish the presentation. Halfway through, I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. I can't even finish this. And he was like, all right, bro, how much? Like $600. He said, okay. So he still closed, still did it with him because I was already working with him on commission only and I wasn't making any money. So I'd work for him basically for free for months. So long story short, it ended up closing, but I looked like an absolute dork. And that was not the only time where I absolutely crashed and burned on a sales call. The other time I crashed and burned on a sales call is when I, yes, did follow a script. I was trying to do the discovery phase, asking the questions, and he was just completely not interested. He didn't really care. I ended up doing a free trial with him. It didn't really go anywhere. Sales anxiety comes from the attachment to outcomes. Liberation comes from attachment to service. Can you help them? That is the only question that matters. When you go into calls with this mindset in this frame, all of the sales anxiety dissipates. And what's actually funny is you're more likely to get the sale when you're not trying to get the sale. You're more likely to get the sale when you're literally just focused on how you can serve. Here's the other thing is I knew this, I heard this, but I was like, nah, bro, I really have to get this sale. Man, once I hop on this call, this guy has to close. Like, I'm like, how do I close this guy? How do I close him? What do I say for him to give me his credit card info and work with him right now? Now I'd hop on a call and be like, let's see if I can even help him. I don't know. Like if you hop on a call with a dude and he's like straight up, yeah, I don't really need copywriting right now. I actually need someone to just do some graphic design for like $10 an hour. Hell no, that ain't you. I'm sorry, bro, but that's not you. There's no way that you should be accepted. What would you accept that for? You're not a graphic designer. You're a copywriter. You don't want to get paid pennies, $10 an hour or something. You want to get paid actual money. And at least at first, sure, I get it. You don't need to be paid super well in the beginning, but you at least need relevant experience. You're not going to take a graphic design job that also doesn't pay well. So actually get on and wonder if you can help them. So here's what to do instead. Ask and shut up. Ask some basic questions. And you know what else people do when they're on a sales call? And this is a huge killer, is they do this. What happens when they have a sales script is they go like this. So what are your main goals in the business? First, they ask about goals, then they ask about pains. So like, what are your goals in the business? And he says this, hey man, here's the thing. My goal in the business is to just become more profitable because a big problem right now is that our profit margins are really low. And although our revenue is high, it's really tough because we have this problem, and this problem, right? So they did touch on their goals, but then they go deep into the problems. And then because you're reading a script, you say, oh yeah, okay, cool. So what are your biggest problems in business right now? And they're like, bro, did you not just hear me say, I literally just spilled my guts out to you talking about all of my problems, and you just ask me the same question. This is why they get annoyed as hell. And it's legitimately annoying. Imagine if you were talking to someone and you just told them like about your day. You know, you gave them a 1 hour spiel about your day and they're like, oh, nice. So what'd you do today? It's basically like you pouring your heart out to someone and then them going, oh, wait, did you say something? It's like we're not listening. So actually ask and be conversational when you ask. So ask them more about that, more about specifically what they're doing. This is why it's way more better to be fluid than have a script. You should approach each of the calls with a place like childlike curiosity. Avoid turning it into a presentation or demonstration. You always want to say less than necessary, just like outlined in the 48 Laws of Power. I have the book back there. I'm not going to go get it, but you know what I mean. And that ties perfectly into my sales philosophy. So I want to first show you some proof that this works. These are all guys that closed their clients, of course, on the call, and they were able to do this. 4.3K screenshot, and he's 16 years old, and he was able to also buy new laptop and new phone. On the left, 2K deal. On the left bottom, 3K deal. The sales philosophy in action. People get on sales calls because they understand it's a sales call and they accept to be sold your services. So if they're down to have a call with you, they're already ready to take you up on your offer unless you mess it up. Sometimes people are just curious. They want to hear more, but most of the time, like they're basically hopping on the call so they can be like, sell me, tell me why this offer is actually good. Now, what that means is, meaning you're the only person who can blunder the call. It's your responsibility to accept. Now, some people sometimes will hop on the call and either you cannot help them or they are just not a good prospect, as in, yeah, I'm only really making $5,000 per month right now. Let's say they say that. If you're a complete beginner, you can be like, okay, well, can I do some work for you so that I can build up my portfolio, give me a testimonial? They'll say, okay, you do a week of work for them and then you move on. That's totally fine. But if you're somebody who already has like a $2,000, $3,000 client and that person you're talking to is only making 5K, you're not going to take half the revenue to work for them. It's just not going to work. So just move on. Don't be attached to the end of the call. Now, if it actually is a good prospect and they do need a copywriter and they are actually looking for somebody, then dude, it's all up to you. And don't feel nervous because they got on the call so that you could be sold. so that they can be sold. Next is the goal of the call is not to sell them, but to understand the situation to see if your service would be right for them. Translation, sometimes your service won't be right for them, and that's okay. Don't start crying over it. Adopt an abundance mindset. Oh my God, bro, I have my first sales call ever. Dude, I need to close this. If I can close this guy at 2K per month, bro, I get to quit my job. If I can literally close this guy for just 2K a month, I'll be able to quit my job. Oh my God. And then you hop on a call, it doesn't work out, and then you're depressed. Here's the thing. If you do everything that I've already showed you and you keep getting better, you keep getting better, you keep adapting, you keep improving your copy, you will be able to get on a sales call every single week or every 2 weeks. So when you first start out, yes, okay, you're going to romanticize your first opportunity. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is so good. Wow, I might be able to get this money. Like, let's say it doesn't work out. Don't cry. Don't pout. Don't moan, because this is only going to delay your comeback. Last but not least, make sure you offer them what they need and not just what you're good at. So if they're like, yeah, I need some landing pages and some real scripts, don't be like, okay, well, how about some emails? Don't do that. Just give them what they actually need. Tailor your offer to them. So what's the optimal way to present your price? Never reveal the price first or in the beginning or in the middle, because they'll focus on the wrong thing. Say the price for last. But like a really easy way to handle this is when they ask for the price, because sometimes that's all they're really worried about. They ask for the price. Well, it really just depends on what you need. And that way you get to keep asking them questions. So they can really find out. And then you pitch them a service, right? So let's go through a little role play. You hop on the call. They're like, yeah, man, I looked at your copywriting stuff. I could definitely use some copywriting, but I mean, how much is it? What are your rates? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, my rates really vary. It's like, if you want a ton of work done, then I can probably give you somewhat of like, a discount sort of thing, or just like a package deal. But if you just want like 1 or 2 things here, maybe we can start off with something small. It really, really depends. But I mean, what exactly are you looking for? Now you just deflected it. And now they're like, okay, so now you have everything that they want. They want this, that, or the other thing. I'm like, okay, well, how about we do this many emails and this what a sales page? They say, yeah, I'm cool with that. How much would that cost? Then you can get into it, because now they want it and you know what they want. So you made your offer. They said that they can use your offer. And now, only now, is it time to get into price, what that would cost. After you say the price, you need to shut up. Here's the thing. I was on a call with Cole Gordon's team, if you guys know. He is a guy who literally has sales. Like, his whole business is built around sales. He'll help you put a salesperson in your business and optimize your sales scripts, your sales funnels, everything. This guy's beyond the most professional sales guy. You've probably seen his ads. He makes 8 figures per year. And when he was giving me his offer on the sales call, not him himself, but one of his sales guys, he was like this. Yeah, so we're going to be able to give you these things, this thing, this thing, this thing, and have you do this all within this time period. And that'll be 15K. I wasn't focused on the price now. It wasn't me thinking about how I'm going to make it work. Now I'm like, all I did was ask questions about the offer. I was like, wait, so by that, do you mean this? And he's like, yeah. And then he has to explain more and explain more and explain more. And then finally, I can possibly get to the price. But you don't want to do that. You want the price to be absolutely isolated. And the reason why is because you want to know if it's about the price or if it's about the offer. I guess the last thing to just get into is just, talk about how we would make this work financially. Price, compensation wise, it sound cool? They're gonna say yes. All right. So I could do this many emails, this many landing pages for, just to start out, something like 1K. Does that sound fair? Or no, just say just 1K. Don't even say anything else, for 1K. And then to shut up. Easy way to do it is just take your water bottle and just go have a drink afterwards. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay. And then their actual honest answer is going to come out, because they don't have time to think. They're not distracted. They're not confused. Now you get to know what their true thought is. So if they're thinking about it, like, how am I going to make that work? Or, yeah, that's not bad. You get their actual real initial reaction, which is important, because the thing is, after you give the price, they're going to start throwing smoke screens, getting scared, getting skitsy. So you have to know how to handle that. Sales happens from when the call starts. Closing begins after you mention the price. So we have the discovery phase, the offer phase, and then the closing phase. The discovery phase is when you learn about them, their business, what they need. Offer phase is when you give them, okay, well, here's what we can do to help you. Let's walk through what that would look like. And then finally, the closing phase is after you reveal the price. What happens then? So what do you do if they don't agree with the price? Also, coming back to this, you guys should have like your Stripe open on the call, and that should go through like right there on the call. Okay, you want to start for 2K? Okay, I'll tell you what, how about we split it 50-50 so that we do 1K now and then 1K after all the work is done? That sound fair? They'll say, yeah, sure. Send them over the invoice for 1K on the call. They pay the invoice, you're good to go. Don't be a dork. Don't talk about, all right, cool, we'll do 2K. All right, bye. Why do you need to buy for? Why do you need to hop off the call? When you hop off the call, Now, you know what's going to happen? They're going to go through all the reasons as to why they shouldn't go with you, and you're not going to be there to defend yourself. That's what happens when you hop off the call. That's what happens because so many people are like, Tyson, this guy agreed to a deal, but it never went through. Very common. We agreed to a deal, but he ghosted me. Very common. So what do you do if they don't agree with the price? Find out why, and you handle their objections. What is an invoice? It's a link where they can put in their credit card and pay. Can anyone tell me how to price? So when you first start out, you're going to want to create a low risk offer. A low risk offer consists of 3 things. Everyone has to write all this stuff down. You guys should be taking crazy notes right now. Possibility number 1 is a free trial. Not working for free, but a free trial. Meaning, I'll work for you for free for 2 weeks, and then we'll visit compensation after that. Does that sound fair? They'll say yes. Second is commission work. I'll work for you, and however much trackable income I create for you, I get a portion of that. Does that sound fair? Next, we did free trial, we did commission, and the best one is discovery project. Discovery project is, let's, instead of doing 30 emails for 2.5K, let's just start with 5 emails for $400. $400 is nothing to them. It's no risk, and you get to provide for them. And then you get to just have a little test run to see how the rest will go. You knock out those emails, make them awesome. They're going to want to work with you in the future. How much do I charge? Those are your baselines. Now, as you get more experience, you can charge more. Just go from there. There's no like basic rates. I don't think I need this right now. I want to talk to my partner/team. And I think the price you're asking is too expensive. Those are the only real ones. So I don't think I need this right now. Okay. Are you sure? I think you actually do need it. See, are you sure you don't need this right now? Because I think you do. You just said you want to scale your business, right? So copywriting is a really great way to do that. So why don't we just do it anyways? That's a bad handle. That's the way that you don't want to do it. Good version? Okay, that makes sense. Just curious. So maybe I can help. What's happening right now that makes you think that this is not the best time? Okay, so when specifically do you think you'll need it in the future? You just get really clear on why. Really? Why? I thought you said that you were scaling. So I was just wondering, like, do you think copywriting's not it? You think there's other avenues you want to explore first? You want to just look at other options? Like, I'm just confused. And then they'll tell you. And then you get to their real objection. Essentially, objections are like onions, have layers. So all you're doing is peeling back the layers. Then they say, there's other copywriting guy that we talked to, and we think maybe he could be a good candidate as well. And you say, oh, okay, that makes sense. So what about him makes you think that he'd be a good candidate? Or what about him makes you think that, he'd be possibly a better candidate than me? Then they'll tell you, well, he just has more experience and he has blah, 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 blah. And then you can just handle that. Well, I want to leave you with this before I let you hop off the call, and maybe you'll talk to him or whatever, is the same. You just say the whole experience thing. I might not have 10 years of experience, but I'll work twice as hard as someone who does. Don't think that, oh, well, handling an objection means that I'm going to close them, because that's not what that means. Handling an objection means that you get down to the bare bones answer of why they're not ready right now. There is no way to make someone buy. Don't go into it thinking that there is. There is no way to make someone buy. Let's say you hop on the call. And he's like, yeah, I just want to still look at this other guy. And you're like, okay, but I'm better. Yeah, I still want to look at this other guy. Okay, well, what would make me a 10 out of 10? Even if you were at a 10 out of 10, I would want to look at the other guy just in case he's an 11 out of 10. Okay, you hop off the call. There's no way to go back and forth. Here's the expression. You can't sell beef or meat to a vegan. They just don't want it. It doesn't matter if you make it 50% off. Doesn't matter if it's pure Wagyu beef. Doesn't matter any of these things. If they just don't want it, then they just don't want it. You can't force feed them yourself, because it's not going to work. So don't think, oh, well, if I handle the objections correctly, they're going to buy. That's not it. If you handle the objections correctly, you have the best chances of them buying. Note, subjection shouldn't come up if you did a discovery phase well. There's no reason why, you hop on a call with a copywriter and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I don't think I need this right now. Next, I want to talk to my partner/team. This one's pretty common too. Bad handle. Okay, sure, talk to them. Let me know what they say. I'll wait to hear back from you. Peace. It's like, not it. Next. Okay, sure. Before we hop off the call, what do you think their opinion will be? Is there anything specific you want to talk to them about? Another one is, okay, well, how do you feel about it? And if they're like, I feel it's really good, I just want to clear it up with them. Okay, well, why do you think it's really good? And doing this, now they're going to sell themselves. Well, I think it's really good because, we need this and we need that. Okay, so how are you going to try to, tell it to them? How are you going to, halfway, convince them or try to get them on board? Well, I'm going to try to get them on board by being like this, saying that, saying this. Now they're literally just reminding themselves of why this is a good idea. And since they're saying it, much more powerful than you saying it to them. And as you can tell, right, there is no one way to objection handle. There's 100 different ways to bake this cake. The wrong way in this instance is just not getting to the heart of it, right? You're not even handling the objection. You're just being like, all right, bye. Whereas the last one was more of an argument. You don't want to argue sell either. Okay, a bad handle. I think this is too expensive. Really? Well, maybe you're not ready to invest in something like this right now. That's just way too, why would you agree with them? Yeah, it is pretty expensive. Yeah, you're probably a brokey. Right? Pretty obvious, not the right way to go. What are some other bad handles to this? Price is too expensive. Well, I can bring it down. $1,000. Oh, that's too expensive. Okay, well, how about 500? Nah, it's too expensive. All right, I'll do it for $100, man. How does that make you look? How does that make you look when you say, let's do it for 1,000, let's do it for 500, let's do it for 100? You look mad desperate. Like, bro, please, I'll pay you to work for me. Please, bro. I just really need this real bad. You're literally devaluing yourself. There are ways to do that properly, but the way I just described it is not it. What are some other bad handles? Too expensive? Oh, well, it's too expensive, huh? Well, in that case, I can just make you more money and you can make it back really quickly. It's not really that expensive, right? It might be $1,000, but dude, I can make you like 10 grand. So why is that one not good? Because you're literally just telling them, you're talking out of your booty. Okay, but costs aside, what exactly would make this a 10 out of 10 partnership for you? Then they'll give you their exact purchasing criteria. So price aside, like what do you actually think about the offer? Like let's say it was free, for example. Do you think that this would work for you? I'm trying to figure out like, is it actually the price or is it just what it is? And when you say it's too expensive, do you mean like it's just too much in general? You don't see the value in it? Or is it more of like, just, I'm not really willing to part with the investment. Like profit is tight right now. I don't think that's the way that we should go. Like, let me know. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is it about the price that you find too expensive. Now, again, you'll notice that all of these are essentially just asking questions so that you can get a better idea, right? Again, it's just onions. You just get down to the base layer and then you ask them a question about the base layer. So let's say this. Well, our profit margins are really low right now and I don't really want to keep digging into them. Like, okay, I see. So if I got this correctly, your opinion is like you want to essentially, without spending any more money, start making more money. And he says, yeah, exactly. I want to just improve the profit margins first. Okay, that makes sense. And out of curiosity, like, do you think that if you were to dig into the profits just a little bit, that if you were to ROI, then that would be a reliable way to actually build your profit too? So it's like, as long as it returns on investment, maybe it costs $1,000 here, and it makes you back $5,000. Do you think that specifically would work? And it's like, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. And then again, he might do another objection, or he might be like, yeah, true. Why don't we start with something smaller? Or maybe he'll say, yeah, sure, let's do it anyways. And then you can even ask him, well, do you think that if we did this, it would ROI, like you'd be able to make your money back? Then he might say, I don't know. He might say yes, right? So there's a ton of different ways that you can go about this, ton of different possibilities that he might say. But each and every and either way, the goal is simple. Keep asking questions, keep getting down to the base layer of his objection. So here are some principles when it comes to objection handling. Remember, agree and diffuse. Don't argue sell. Whenever you push against something, they automatically push back. I watched this presentation that was really good. A dude just told one guy, all right, stand up. And he was right there. And without any explanation, anything, the dude goes up to the guy and just starts pushing him. And what does the other guy do? The other guy starts pushing back. Like, what's the first thing you do when someone just starts pushing? You just push them back. You're like, whoa, you stand your ground. That's what happens in sales as well. That's just human psychology. So if you try to push someone or you're too pushy in general, it makes them want to bounce. I don't know about you guys, but I've been in like a lot of used cars dealerships and just car dealerships in general. And some of them are cool, but a lot of them are like everything is like a hostage negotiation. They're like, it's high intensity, it's tense. I was at the Kia dealership and like dude was trying to sell me hard on this Kia. And I was like, no. And he was like, what can we do to earn your business today? And I was like, nothing really. He was like, okay, no problem. Let me just get my colleague for you. He brings over some other dude and he's like, hey man, so I heard about your situation. And then this other dude tries to sell me too. I'm like, bro, why are you trying to get, it's basically they have a team of salespeople just sick me, just come after me. I'm like, guys, leave me be. I just didn't want the car right now. Like I literally came in for a used car and they try to sell me a brand new car. And I was like, I don't really want that. And then they go with some fake urgency where they're like, oh, well, if you don't get it now, like they're really hot by the winter, so you might not be able to get one. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really need one that bad. I just didn't really need one. So I don't want you to know a script, but I do want you to be able to recite your objections like your ABCs. I actually have flashcards. I probably still have them of like me understanding and knowing exactly how to handle objections. So the price is too expensive. Okay, well, what about it do you think is too expensive? Or do you think it will give you a return on investment? Like what is your actual objection handle to that, right? The objection on the front, on the back side, I wrote the objection handle so that when I look at them, I'm able to recite them, turn it around. Okay, I was right, or okay, I was wrong, or I can actually study with somebody else. This is how meticulous you actually want to be. 2 paths with objection. Path 1, argue, which creates walls. Path 2, agree and redirect. This creates bridges. The best sellers aren't the best arguers. They're the best listeners. So make sure you flow and don't fight. Because clients don't buy from people who prove them wrong. They buy from people who make them feel understood. Agree and diffuse isn't just a technique, it's a philosophy. So live it. And to help you do that more easily, here's what I have for you guys. Right here is the objection handling cheat sheet. It's going to tell you to make a copy, you open it up, and bam. This is the 4D objection handling cheat sheet. As you can see, there's a top objection and the objection handles in there. That is for you guys. As I told you, I'm giving you guys the tools to go along with everything as well. So to recap, I told you guys why sales scripts are straight dookie as a copywriter and what to do instead. Why trying to sell your prospects will actually turn into a big flop. It makes you look weird. The sales philosophy to ensure you'll be confident on calls that will give you the highest chances of closing the deal, the optimal way to present your price in any sales call you have, and how to handle the top 3 most important sales objections. Now, here are your action steps. As always, you guys should be prospecting consistently and outreaching consistently. You guys need to be killing those. Number 1, ditch your ditch your sales script if you got one. Write down 5 to 10 questions you plan to ask on the call and understand the situation of the prospect, right? It can be very simple. Okay, so where are you right now in your business? What are the main focuses that you have, for example? Then they'll tell you. And then you just ask more questions about that. You essentially only need like 5 base questions to fall back on. But as long as you have a really good understanding of where they are, what they're looking for, what they're trying to do, if they think a copywriter can even help them, that's it. That is literally, it's just that simple. Day 4, the first client action plan. Here's why delivering great results for your clients is key for scaling them up and how to do so, of course. This is one of my students who month 3 will be making 3 to 4K per month with this one client. And he actually got back-to-back clients. So this is his second client in like a couple days. Why? Because we actually worked on him and his clients as well. And then another guy who is on target earnings ranging from 4K to 5K base plus commissions. So when you get these base plus commissions type of deals, if you don't understand, your performance is directly correlated to how much money you're going to make. And that's why what I'm about to show you here is extremely important. Here's what you're going to learn today. Why delivering results is so important. In fact, more important than even getting the clients themselves. And most people get this laughably wrong, and this is why they fail and spin their wheels. The number 1 key principle of providing your clients with an awesome work experience and results so that you can actually scale them up later. The 3 scaling pillars that me and dozens of other copywriters have used to get from free clients to as much as 10K per month and beyond. I'm also going to show you examples of different actions that you can take to scale your clients, case studies of successful students and exactly how they did it, and of course, the action steps for you guys to complete. You've landed your first client, or you will. Now what? You panic, you stress, you go into despair mode, not knowing what the heck you even need to do for your client now. And the worst of all, because of all the mess you have to deal with, your brain looks something like this. So funny because people think that all the problems would end if I just got this one client. My boy, your problem is just beginning. But hey man, that's just life. Life is problems, so you should embrace it. You shouldn't wish for a easier life. You should just wish to be a stronger person. But that's okay. You just need to set your priorities straight. Then you can focus on what's most important first and leave the unimportant stuff for later or never. So here's the number 1 key principle of providing great work and results so that you can actually scale your clients. And it's this: start with the end in mind. Here's what that means. Understand what expectations your client actually has from you in terms of results and experience. Results is what they get, and experience is how you work with them. So you want to get crystal clear on both of these to deliver what your client expects. So this is extremely important. When you actually get your first client, it's important to set expectations and tell them exactly what you're going to do. So something that I like to do, I actually don't have it here, is just to send them over a scope of work. So in writing, what's going to be my compensation, what's going to be the expected results, and what exactly am I supposed to do? Here's what that doesn't mean. Oh, well, we talked that we were only going to do copywriting, so I'm not going to do anything else for you. No, I have it in writing. Right, and you saw it over, that I was just going to do your copywriting for these emails. But I ended up doing this sales page as well. So later on, you can use that as justification to scale yourself, to get a higher wage for lots of things. You don't have to create an actual full-on scope of work, but you want everything to actually be like laid out. You guys both want to know what's happening. Because what you don't want is for you guys to be working together for like 3 weeks and then nobody actually know what you were even supposed to do, what the plan was even going to be. Some examples. Results. Or something like make 50K a month from email marketing. Rewrite their sales page so it converts better and get them X amount of views from the Instagram reels that you script, for example. Or for experience, how fast you respond to the client's messages, how often you give updates on your progress, and your general attitude towards the work that you do. Now, if I were to sum up client success of your clients in one word, I would simply say that you want it to seem like they are your one and only client that you have that you're ever going to work with. So a lot of the times with anyone, workers, not even just copywriters, anyone in the business, if they just are coming to you and they're just not really around that much, they're not really putting their best foot forward, they seem to be always distracted. They're those people that they only really do what you tell them to do. You always have to be outreaching to the worker. That's not what you want. You as the copywriter, you want to be keeping them updated. You want to be almost borderline annoying them with all of your updates, all of your data analysis, and everything that you need to say. You follow the 3 scaling pillars: skill, feedback, and network. Pillar 1 is skill. Only the best athlete can become the best paid athlete. If you really write good copy, making 5K to 10K per month becomes inevitable. Who's the highest paid basketball players? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Just so happens that they're actually the best at their skill, because that's just how it works. You're not going to be like literally a terrible basketball player and then try to negotiate the highest wage, because you can't. Because of math, if your copy generates someone 100K per month, it's pretty fair that you get paid at least 5K to 10K for that. Your copy is your product. Would you buy a broken product? High-paying clients can smell immature copy. That's why they ghost you. Sharpen your skills. The money follows mastery. I'll put it this way. A lot of people want to focus on marketing, not only as a copywriter, but in business as well. Businesses, well, we need to get more leads. We need to get more people to see our stuff. We need to get more people to offer our stuff too. And this was an awesome example from Alex Hormozy. He was doing a gym turnaround, and this guy's gym was terrible. It was smelly. All the weights were just broken. All the machines were broken. They're out of order. Then Alex Hormozy says, hey man, how do you want to scale this thing? And then the gym owner says, let's market it. Let's market it so we can get as many people into my crappy gym as possible so they can see how crap it is and then never want to come back. And the word spreads that my gym is just terrible. You don't want that to be you. So this is why honing in your skills is so important, because you know what they say about a great product is that it markets itself. So I have some more examples here. On the left, this is the guy that I was actually talking about earlier in this video. He had a potential 4K per month deal. He says this: the first thing that these 2 clients did when I logged onto this sales call was compliment my writing. They said they absolutely loved it. They can tell it wasn't written by ChatGPT and it's super creative and different. As the coaches say, become so good you can't be ignored. That's his message. Over here on the right is another one of our students. He actually closed 11 clients so far. This was from a while ago. He's at 5K per month and currently scaling to 10K per month with us. And as you can see, his message says this: outreach using email. Instant reply. The impossible to ignore free value I sent over was what hooked the prospect. When you're really great at copywriting, you can't get ignored because your copywriting is just so good. As soon as they read it, they're like, damn, this is sick. Got on a call. They liked my vision. They agreed to 1K discovery project and build out their welcome sequence. I'll also get 50% commission on every masterclass sale, and I'm looking to close them on a retainer near full time. And that, at that point, was his 8th client. So I know everyone out here struggling and literally like putting their life on the line for their first client. We got guys out here with 8, 10, 11 clients, closing back-to-back clients, closing clients in 2s. Pillar number 2 is feedback. A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. There are 2 copywriters who get daily reviews on their copy and outreach. Which one do you think becomes better over the course of a year? Copywriter 1 learns from other copywriters the same level as them, or copywriter 2 learns from other copywriters making over 10K per month. Maybe copywriter 2 would probably be making more progress. And when you stack your skills like this, you can automatically deliver better client work, scale your income further, and actually hit those 10K per month faster. Writing in isolation is essentially like boxing your shadow. You think you're throwing perfect punches until you face a real fighter. That's why my students get daily copy reviews, 15-minute brutal feedback videos, and we help them rewrite their copy constantly. Reality checks create real growth. You need somebody there to just rip apart your copy and let you know if it's dookie balls or not. You don't know what you don't know, and that's the scariest part. Sending bad copy for months, thinking that it's fire, and getting ghosted by clients, feedback saves you from yourself. And this is just extremely true. A lot of people who have gone past the beginner stage in copywriting will tell you, yeah, it's like, I was actually writing terrible copy for the longest time, and I thought I was really good. At first, you'll be like, all right, I'm really bad, and I need to get good at this. Then after 2 months, you're like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it. Then you get a mentor to review your stuff, and you're like, okay, I actually don't know anything. Pillar number 3 is network. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by people who are on the same path as you, you are bound to make progress. Not to mention luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. The more people you know, the more opportunities will come your way. Success is contagious. If you join a group of broke complainers, you're going to stay broke. There's no other way about it. But if you join a group of hungry winners, you will start winning. A lot of you guys are already experiencing this inside of the New Year, New Clients Challenge. I mean, what is it like seeing other copywriters starting out just like you, posting their wins, posting, hey, I just did my first 10 outreaches and it feels great. I feel amazing. It was tough, but I actually did that stuff. The average copywriter is just on a lonely grind. No accountability, no motivation. But your copywriting circle should make you feel behind, push you to level up, and celebrate wins with each other. The most powerful asset as a copywriter is your circle of other copy assassins, all pushing each other, all sharing wins, and all growing together. Here's proof of what happens when you combine all these three pillars. He had the skill, he got the feedback, and he was surrounded by the right people. This is a guy who made over 100K per month for the second month in a row for his client. He said, and I learned everything about copy from Tyson. You guys are in the right place. Now, do you guys want to know what's even better than flexing your own Stripe screenshots? It's stuff like this. This was stuff that my previous clients sent me. I'll read it out loud for you. This was a voice note. So it was a voice note of him like freaking out. And here, I'll translate it. Tyson, I don't know what you did, but the emails are absolutely freaking blowing up. We have like 10 leads to send calendars to tomorrow morning to book them and make sure all these people get on your tracker. Make sure they get the link and make sure they book a call. Follow up hardcore. Everybody that's ever raised their hand. Dude, you can make some serious cash doing this. Like, I've never seen the email blow up like this before. Dude, you're crushing it. And again, this was the same team, but he just shouted me out in the marketing channel. Let's give it up to Tyson. All these leads from email. Tyson, I want to know what your plan is going forward and how we're going to close all these leads. Right? This is just from one email that I sent. This is the type of stuff that happens when you're actually mastering and honing in on your craft. These guys, they haven't really had email really convert like that before for them. They had an email list, played around with it. But once I got it in there and I was tinkering around and doing all that, bro, it was game over. It's like this. The best way to close more clients is to obsess over client results. Why? Happy clients talk. Results speak, and proof sells. One win can create 10 new opportunities. Your past results are your future sales pitch. Client success stories sell better than anything you could ever write. The best outreach is a client bragging about you. Which sells better? I'm a great copywriter, or I made my last client 50K. Exactly, too. That's really the number one thing. Outreach is tough. I'm here to tell you, especially when you have nothing to show for it. But as soon as you actually do have stuff to show for it, people will start taking you seriously far more often. And now I want to hook you guys up with the free resource of the day. Client Work Delivery 101. Let's see. Bam. So as you can see, inside of here, I have a whole document that goes much deeper on client delivery, the principles of client delivery, and the exact things that you're going to want to do. And of course, I'll give you guys access to this. So what you're going to want to do is once, of course, you get your first client, keep grinding, keep doing outreach. Once you get your first client, you want to open up this resource and really get into it. Look at it and actually read it before you even hop on your sales call. Because client delivery, the actual success of your clients, matters from the second you close them, from the second you even talk to them. So you should always go into it with these things in mind. Let's check them out. Congratulations to them, man. My first sales call closed. I'm winning, man. Let's go. Another client in just 2 days, closed a client. All right, it's a win. Like I said, sometimes these clients just come in twos. You'll be surprised. W. Tyson started outreaching, got 0 replies, but then I was trying so hard. I found this fitness guy with over 100K followers and shifted the conversation like butter, and he was interested in my work. Next one, closed 2 clients in 2 days. Another one, when I've closed a client for copywriting and funnel building, this was for $320. Another first win, we agreed on $200 for the website as a contract. People actually getting their copywriting careers started out here with the New Year, New Clients Challenge. What a way to kick off 2025, right? Let's go, man. And for everyone else, I want you to really take this to heart. Don't judge your days by the harvest you reap. Instead, judge them by the seeds that you plant. If you're closer to closing clients than ever and you actually put in the work, be proud of yourself. Money isn't the only metric that matters. Sometimes the biggest wins are invisible. Better habits, stronger mindset, daily consistency, and inner confidence. Your bank account might not show it yet, but you guys are freaking growing. Most people track their income, but very few track their growth. The outer results will follow your inner progress. Money follows momentum. So keep stacking the small wins. The money comes and goes, but the growth will stay forever. Focus on becoming the type of person whose success is inevitable. And then it will be. You'll get it no matter what. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. And I'm certain with just the information we covered here in this live challenge so far, left on your own with your own resources, you can set and reach some very, very inspiring goals. And If that were the only option, it would be more than worthy to pursue. But what if there were another option? An option that allowed us, you guys, and me to work together. A chance to go deeper so that we can go even longer and more in depth in these short 1 hour live days. An opportunity to have me play an active role in your results, take responsibility for your success, and actually have an obligation to your outcome. When on a sales call, is it always on Zoom? Yeah, pretty much. You're going to want to use Zoom. Super easy, super simple to do. So you're going to want to use a software called Calendly to book your sales calls. You send them your Calendly link. It will give them all your available times. It'll be translated to their time zone. So it's super easy, super simple. It will give them the Zoom link. It will do all that good stuff. Is 1 out of 10 replies on outreach great? Here's the thing. When you're outreaching, there actually isn't an average reply rate, average open rate. And I'll tell you why. Because it highly depends on who you're outreaching to. I'll give you an example. If you're a landscaping company or a lawn mowing company and you go knock on doors to ask people if they want their lawn mowed, but you go and knock on people's apartment doors who don't have front lawns, how many sales are you going to close? None. So your doors knocked to closing ratio will be 0. But on the other hand, if you go and visit wealthy neighborhoods and you knock on people's doors who have an overgrown lawn, right, this is more of a better situation. So you might be outreaching to people with only 20,000 followers, while someone else is only outreaching to people with 100,000 followers. You guys are going to have very different results because you're outreaching to very different people. And the person with lower reply rate is actually possibly going to get more money because they're outreaching to people with bigger budgets, because they have higher traffic, because they have a bigger page. Understand? So 1 out of 10 outreaches end in a reply. Overall, that's fine, I guess. If you did like 2,000 outreaches and you didn't get a reply, I'd be a little concerned. But 1 out of 10 sounds just about fine. Is it possible that business owners aren't seeing my DMs because nobody replies? Yes, actually, it is. If you just made your Instagram account and then you start blasting outreach like a crazy person, you are not going to get very good results because you're going to end up as a hidden request. So let me show you what that looks like. So right here, you can see I'm in my request tab. Yeah, there's nothing really in here. Request tab, right? And in that tab, you have all of them. Then you have story replies. Then you have hidden right up here. You see that? If you just made your account and you start sending outreach like crazy, you're going to end up in hidden. And as you can see, I have a lot of crap here in hidden. A lot of bots, a lot of spammers, a lot of crap. Like, look at this guy. All he said was, hey, and he ended up in my hidden requests. I will never, ever open this. And no business owner really will. This guy, all he did was reply to my story and tell me thank you for the course, and he ended up in my hidden requests. Now, also, note this. When I go to his profile, what do I see? Nothing. It's brand new. He doesn't even have any pictures posted. He has 12 followers following 47 people. If you just built a brand new account, you don't want to start outreaching like crazy. You want to warm it up first. You warm it up by posting pictures, interacting with people, liking people's stuff, commenting on people's stuff, people like and comment on your stuff. You want to make it look and seem like a real account, or only outreach in small little bits when you first start out. The best thing to do is to change an account you already have to a copywriting account. That's what I did. I tried to make like a make money online theme page thing way back in the day that had a few thousand followers on it. And I just recreated it into my copywriting account. And that's what I did. Now, maybe you guys won't have that opportunity or that ability, but it's still very valuable to do. What are the responsibilities as a copywriter? It really depends. Your responsibility might just be writing the copy, but eventually you're going to want to become a copy growth partner. A copy growth partner makes a lot more money than just a copywriter because they're able to do things like email marketing, funnel building, landing page creation. When you're just starting out as a copywriter is fine because you need to learn the base skill before you can learn all the cool kung fu moves, right? You got to do wax on, wax off. Tyson, when they ask for a specific thing, like landing pages or sales pages, do I have to make the whole page or just the copy? Well, you can negotiate that with them. It's like asking this. When I get a girlfriend, do I have to take her out on a date every 2 weeks or every month? Depends on you and the girl, bro. Like, she's going to be the one to tell you, not me. I guess I understand what you guys are asking because you want to understand the standard, I guess. But they're probably just going to ask you to write the copy. Maybe they'll ask you to write it in a doc. Maybe they'll ask you to create the whole page. You get paid obviously more if you're doing the whole page. If you can't close a client, is it worth asking if they might know someone who would help? If they're genuinely like really into your offer, but they can't right now, then maybe over text later, but it's just not, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, I'll hook you up with my buddy. Like really is not that common to happen. You don't really have to ask. If they have somebody like a buddy that needs a copywriter, they'll come to you if they believe in you. Right? Asking I've never really seen that work. What type of commission structures would you charge when it's clients? Do they vary from person to person? Yeah, they vary from person to person. So if they're already making $20,000 per month with their email list, then reverse engineer that. Okay, so let's say I want to make work for 2K per month. Let's do 10% of email revenue. Then they'll go, yeah, that makes sense. 10% of email revenue. Then on average, you're going to be making 2K per month. But if you make them 30K, 40K, 50K, you're going to be earning 4K, 5K, etc. So that's how you do it. What you don't want to do is, oh, you're making 100K per month. I'll just take 10% of that. Nobody would ever go for that. Nobody would ever go for that, pay you 10K per month just to start, just off commission. It's not going to happen. Also, commission is not the best way to go. Commission is really not optimal. You want to move over to at least base pay plus commission, but optimally retainer. The reason why, because people don't like going for commission. It might sound good in the beginning when you're not making any money, but as soon as they start making real money, they're going to want to not do it anymore. I'll give you an example. Yeah, dude, let's start at 10% commission and they're making 20K per month from email. You get 2K per month. Then eventually they start making $80,000 per month from email. Are they going to happily pay over 8K to you? No. And the reason why is because they could probably get somebody else really good at 4K per month and save that 4K per month and maybe hire somebody else. Doing a commission deal is just a tax. Everybody knows when they get into business, they're going to have to pay taxes. They know this from the beginning. But what do you hear people say? Oh, they're stealing my money. Uncle Sam wants his cut. This is not fair. They're going to moan about it. So commission is not optimal. I'll put it that way. Is it good to follow up from different platforms? Absolutely. So this is called omnipresent follow-up. This is what I call it. You want to outreach to them everywhere, not just through Instagram, but if you outreach to them already on Instagram, they're not replying, outreach to them on email too. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Hey, Tyson, it takes me 1 hour to write an email. Any advice? The reason why it takes you so long is, I'll tell you why, is because perfectionism. You're going back and editing as you're trying to write. This is your brain trying to do two things at once. And multitasking is impossible. I'll give you an example. Take my name, for example, Tyson, Tyson. Take Costin's name, for example, Costin. Now, try to, without looking at our names, spell them out, one letter, and then alternate to the other name, Tosssto. I don't know. I already messed up real bad. I can't even do it. I really cannot even do it. It's really hard because multitasking is a myth. So that was your proof. Tyson, tell me what your Instagram profile was like before any testimonials. So you don't need testimonials. Like, people have this idea that you need to have your testimonials and stuff. A lot of times the businesses aren't even going to look at your page for longer than 10 seconds. They want to know who you are. Oh, okay, this is a nice looking young fellow. He's got a nice white turtleneck on. He's got some cool Apple headphones. Those signify, he's doing all right with his career, with his stuff. And he looks like a nice clean cut guy. Now, on the other hand, if you came to my page and I had nothing there, that's one thing. That's stranger danger. If you came to my page and I was like smoking a blunt, that's probably a red flag too. Should I close the person in IG calls instead of Zoom? You can do that. If you want to be like this, you could be like, hey man, if they're like replying quickly, you can be like, did you want to set up a call or just hop on a Zoom call really quickly to see if I could help you? Then they might say, or an Instagram call. They might say, yeah, sure, just call me here. You call them there, you get it over with. That's happened before as well. I've got 65 followers and around 12 posts. Is that okay? That's perfect. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Although I'm kind of concerned at your 12 posts. Here's the other thing is that it's way better. Everyone open up your damn ears. It's way better to post quality rather than quantity. If you have 12 posts, I'm afraid that some of those posts are going to be dog shit, utter crap, which is going to hurt you more than help you. I'd rather have 9 amazing posts than 18 posts that are just, they're okay. Right? And 9 is the number because it makes you look like a more filled out profile. Why am I still getting ghosted when I send free value? Your free value is probably not that good. It is useless to try to sit there and think of why this person not replied to me. It is impossible to figure out why people do certain things. Maybe some fire alarm went off and they had to leave their house and they just didn't get back to you. Right? Maybe you're not ugly, but you just have a really punchable face. He's like, you know what? I just want to give this guy one of these, a literal knuckle sandwich. Maybe it's that. But wondering about it is not going to help you. Remember, some people are like a light bulb. Their light goes everywhere, evenly dispersed, and they don't get very far. Some people are like a flashlight. They get farther and they're more focused. But winners are like a laser beam. They're absolutely 100% focused on the smallest point. You wondering about this crap? You're spreading out your focus. You're wasting your time thinking about, why didn't this person outreach to me? What you should think instead is, how do I make my free value more ghost proof? How do I make it so good that they're going to say yes every single time? I don't know, you're asking a question about bait and riz. I don't really recommend you do bait and riz. And the reason as to why is because there's no free value sent. So if you don't send any free value and also like asking someone about their program and then switching it, like people have done that so much now because like you got to understand the video where I talk about that got 2 million views. So people did that so much that now it's just like not the best thing to do at all. I would just go with more of like a story reply as an opener, right? Send a spear opener like I showed you guys back in day 2, if that was. Send a spear opener and then give some value, right? Or ask permission to send some value. That's how you want to do it. You don't want to do a bait and riz.